All day, every day. KZDC San Antonio. Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz. 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. If you're on the go, we'll slow down. Go to ESPNSA.com. A Friday afternoon. We made it. Good Friday. Final Four in town. Games happening this evening. Final Four tomorrow. Big game Sunday. Monday. Got the Texas Open happening. The weather. Well, I dialed it up. I called ahead for this.
Thank you.
It's a little cool, but, we'll take it.
Little cool, little windy. I mean, yesterday was such an incredible day on the sports calendar. I spent my morning out at TPC watching the Valero Texas Open. Got home in time to watch some opening day baseball. The Rangers game still might be going. The highlight of the Rangers season is probably going to be their 5-run first inning. They have a marathon game, and then you got the Spurs playing, then the Astros playing, and then, I think finally everything ended around 1 o'clock this morning. It was fantastic.
Good Friday to follow. Only thing we can't do, despite everything in front of us, no camping and down at the parks, which I guess is a good thing. But
have you ever camped at the park?
Yeah, growing up, yeah, I had some friends that would camp out. We would go down on a Good Friday. If my church, we weren't at a youth camp, which we typically went to on Easter weekend. We would go hang out at Bragg, the tent together, queue all night. It was those are the fun times. We need to open the parks up. I cannot wait till next year until that happens again. Normally didn't get weather this nice. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean, that might be part of it. I know I've never camped. I'm not a camper type, but I have gone down there with some friends. They had the queue going on a Easter weekend and enjoyed the park, but I've never camped.
You never chained a chair or some sort of barbecue implement to a tree?
No, that would fall in the category of show up late and leave before cleanup begins.
That's Puerto San Antonio right there. You show up, there's like a false leg. Grandpa's leg is chained to the tree just to make sure we got the shade in the afternoon. That's Easter. That's the Easters around here. Well, I hope everybody Good Friday is going great. We will talk a lot about what happened on horrible Thursday night to our beloved San Antonio Spurs. Go down in double overtime. New reality, maybe, as we go through this 3-day period of rebirth and greatness to come. I'm going to accept last night for what I think is important to come.
And you will agree that?
It's going to be a long end of the season. This is just going to be hard. This is going to be really, really hard. But I'm not talking about on them. I'm talking about us,
on me.
It's going to be hard.
On you. Well, I mean, really, that's all that matters.
At the end of the day, right? That's why we're here.
Well, I mean, true. And the frustration that because I'm in the camp that I think they're better than they are, even though they keep losing games. They should have won that game last night.
Yeah.
Although, quite honestly, once they got to overtime, I thought they had it. Up until then, I didn't think they had a chance. I thought they were just going to tease and lose. I can't believe Trae Young missed that shot at the buzzer. I mean, that floater was, I mean, my goodness. But you know what? Good teams win those kind of games. The Spurs weren't a good team.
Not right now, they're not. And the problem is it's like fighting the tide coming in. The waves aren't slowing down. They just keep coming. You have no time to adjust. You have to have a pretty solid base right about now to deal with what you're dealing with, because it's hard loss after hard loss, and you're losing for different reasons at different times. You're hustling, but things aren't working right. This is hard times. This is the bleak days of the NBA season. This is when rookies hit the wall, and you really find out who your leaders are. Because last night, coming back after that, because everybody's tired now. Now we're talking tired legs. Double overtime, lots of minutes played. Not effective minutes. Some of them were. I think there was some incremental growth. We'll talk a lot about it. The Texas Open going on today. Phil, it was nice having you stop by. I'm not sure to see him play tomorrow.
The cut line is at 3. I think he finished today. He's at 4 over. And you think about tickets for tomorrow are sold out at the Valero Texas Open. last I checked, tickets were available still on Sunday. And my guess was if Phil makes the cut, Sunday is going to sell out fast.
Yeah.
I mean, people bought Saturday, Easter plans, they could change if Phil's there, although it does look like Jordan is in the running. You got Jimmy Walker that's still going to be in the running, but,
How's Abraham doing?
Abraham, he's doing fine. He's going to make the cut.
Okay.
Probably unless he has one hell of a Saturday. Probably isn't going to win this thing, but I watched him a couple of holes yesterday, man. He's there, but you think about some of those big name guys. Although Jordan certainly will help sell out. My guess is Sunday will sell out. But it's not yet, and I think part of it is because it's Easter, and if Phil is there, boom, those tickets are going to go. But Phil, he looked like us on 18 yesterday. And, man, if we were doing our show out there yesterday, that would have happened right in front of us, where we typically set up and do our show from the Valero Texas Open is right on the green at 18. And, because of COVID and all the protocols, we're not allowed to be out there to do the show this year. No media is. I mean, in fact, the media tent isn't even where it normally is.
Where is it?
But kind of right when you first walk in by the clubhouse, but not really a good view of the back porch. There's it's just it's over there, not where it used to be. But the course looks great. The stands look very different if you're going out to the Valero Texas Open because you don't have all the grandstands that you normally have. And
you know what? I bet that played a huge role in what happened to Phil because that hole looks completely different without the stands at 18. It looks like something from a different course to me.
Maybe. And
I'm trying to find excuses for lefty, man. He's my guy.
I mean,
at least I felt it down. So at least it wasn't. It's not. It doesn't play into lefties' games. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's fair.
No, well, I mean, look, the water is there, but when he had that where he just swung completely over the ball and barely made contact, which is something I do at least 3 times every time I go play, he just missed the ball. I mean, my goodness, he looked like us. He pulled the Minix out there. I mean, I think the 18 is the most. It was Kevin Na, didn't he shoot 18 on one of the holes out there a couple years ago?
Kevin Na, yes.
Now you see Phil with the 10, and I shouldn't celebrate a guy's suckage on the golf course, but it does make me feel good to watch those guys go through what we go through.
He probably lost $50K on that hole alone.
Oh, probably more than that.
We're just talking about side stuff.
Do you think you would have hit on that hole?
Oh,
I hit on that hole.
I know you have. I'm saying, what do you think you would have hit if it caused him to make a 10?
Oh, good Lord!
It's playing.
Well, see, when I play, I'm just so accustomed to stand watching play. And when I get there and there's no fans, I find it disconcerting. I don't know who to play for. I'm not. I don't know who to achieve greatness for. Because I've done it myself. I'm just trying to give of me to all of them, and them in there. So what's the point? And I think Phil ran into that.
See, when I'm playing golf, Pledge, and you've seen me play golf, I certainly understand. I've got the extras that are on every hole. But if it's a par 4 and I've got 8, that's when I just write an 8 and move on. If it's par 5, I write a 10. I only need to play it twice and double it up and go.
Yeah, I'm that guy too.
Playing from the same tees he's playing, but that's beside the point. I mean, don't bring facts into a really good story. I was feeling good that Phil did what I've done.
Hey. Hope springs eternal. Speaking of hopes and eternal, Jeff Bezos, the billionaire, richest man in the world, so I'm told, has been mentioned in a pleading from one of the owners of the Los Angeles Chargers, one of the Spanoses, one of the Spani. Evidently, the Chargers are hemorrhaging money. That's one of the many Spani that own a small percentage of the Chargers. I love it. We're talking Korea here in just a second. They're hemorrhaging money. Chargers. I would have thought Chargers in LA. They're just now behind the USC lacrosse team. Now the USC basketball team has performed above expectations. So not a lot of love there. Well, they want to sell the team, but in the meeting, the lady, one of the Spanish, actually mentioned Jeff Bezos by name. Like, well, maybe the richest guy in the world want to buy it because we can't afford it. Well, the idea of Bezos buying it, you know one thing for sure. If Bezos was to buy the Chargers, they're not going to stay in LA. They're so far down the pecking order of fandom in the greater Orange County South and up to the north of Ventura. Nobody cares, especially for the Chargers. So they're going to move it. Jason, I smell an opportunity.
NFL to San Antonio. We're ready to bang that drum. Speaking of the Astros,
we've done it before. Let's get the guys together. Let's get the band back together. We know who to call. We've done this a couple of times. No, in all seriousness, this is the opportunity to get a team. And if Bezos steps in, I have a feeling he will step in I'm the newest billionaire here. I'm glad to be in the NFL. I hope you enjoy working for me. That's how he'll show up. And one of the ways you do that is to step into Jerry's backyard, baby. I'm coming down in between San Antonio and Austin. We're going to build us a stadium in San Marcos. I'm going to lobby for light rail between Austin and San Antonio to further my green initiative. And we're going to make sure we have a stadium deep in the heart of Texas, right south of one of my newer headquarters. I smell an opportunity, Jason.
I think with one of Texas's other new residents, that Musk guy, he could just fly us all back and forth. Maybe it's not light rail, but it's some sort of jet air travel, which would be cool. And you just mentioned Jerry. I will maintain Jerry and the Cowboys would not keep the Chargers from coming to San Antonio. That's an AFC team.
Right.
It would not affect the Cowboys and their television ratings. The ownership group that it would affect would be the McNairs and the Houston Texans. And it's been that way for a long time. Years ago, Red McCombs on this very show said as much that, if it's an AFC team we're talking about, the Houston Texans at the time didn't own Harris County. And hell, I don't know if they own Harris County now. If an AFC team were to plop down in Central Texas, the Texans TV pie would lose Austin, San Antonio, and South Texas on the CBS channels, where the Cowboys would still maintain all of Texas on the Fox networks. It would be the McNair family that would be more of a block to an NFL team coming to San Antonio. And when this topic was coming up a couple years ago, it was reminded of us many, many times that at the time he was still alive and he was chairman of the finance committee, was old Bob McNair. He's the biggest blocker in this, not Jerry Jones.
I could get a powder blue Justin Herbert jersey.
I'm saying that there is this possibility. It's a long way from even the beginnings of. But I'll tell you, if Jeff Bezos was to get involved, I think the things that he could bring to the table to the NFL, they would have him welcoming. Just come on in, baby, because the money you're bringing, they all get a pinch of that too. They get a little kick of the sale of the franchise. So.
Keep in mind, you just got a part of the TV deal that just got signed in the last month with Thursday Night Football going to Amazon Prime. Yeah.
We'll talk about it, but when we come back, my goodness, Spurs gave a valiant effort. We got free basketball, 2 quarters worth, but at the end they went down. We'll look at what happened as the never-ending home stretch continues. The Spurs goes down to Atlanta. We'll talk about it next. Oh, and one more thing. Bob Eibach's going to join us. I want you to set your appointment, your calendar. A Baylor fan, Houston fan, Bob Eibach of Nyko Sports. For any Spurs fan who's been around for any length of time, when we win titles, we go to Nyko Sports to get the commemorative balls, the ones with the names and all the games and everything you want to keep and remember it by. So Baylor Bear fan, Houston Cougar fan, you're going to want to be with us at 545. Remarkable commemorative stuff that Nyko Sports always brings. And it's always played for top of Bob. He's a good sports guy anyway. Bob Eibach of Nyko Sports will be here at 545. We're also giving away $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. We're going to give away some money for the grilling with the Blitz that we missed yesterday for that never-ending Rangers game that ended in sudden collapse. But coming back, the Spurs go down here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 on the go at ESPN.com. Did you wake up this morning feeling stuck in pain? Easter weekend is something that, you want to go hunt eggs. You got a bad knee. You're not going to get the good eggs. The kids are going to get all the good eggs. If you're living in pain, seriously, call my friends over to Rosti. Rosti providers all around San Antonio. They are absolutely passionate about taking care of those soft tissue injuries, those chronic painful things that are just keeping you out of the game. If you're a fitness freak and you pull something that you just can't get over, go to an Rosti provider. These guys will get you out of pain a lot quicker than I believe you ever have been before. They're that good at what they do. It's not invasive. We're not talking about long-term medications or treatment programs, over-the-counter painkillers, or even the prescribed ones, and certainly not surgery. It's your body being manipulated, being put in a position to fix itself. And when it does, the remarkable thing is the pain goes away. When you call an Rosti provider, remember, you don't need a referral. Just go ahead and make the call. And here's the number you need. It's 1-800-404-6050. 1-800-404-6050. Their website is Rosti.com, a wealth of information on its own. I recommend checking the map out to see the closest provider. Either way, call a Rosti provider today, knowing you'll get in quick. They're following all the protocols, and you'll get back in the game a lot quicker than you probably ever have before. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call a Rosti provider today, and I'm sure they'll thank you later.
Hey, we're both working toward a common goal.
Yes, sir.
Quitting time. This is San Antonio's sports leader, 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. All
You think
day.
you'll just leave them there, take them back?
Tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest new arrivals
But we
from
can offer something. They couldn't support them the first time.
Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee,
you think they're gonna get it
straighter
now?
down the fairway. 4 drivers give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer.
Oh, we'll give you far more.
Edwin
tax
Watts
breaks
Golf
than
Shops
California.
and get
We'll make
custom
so
fit
much more
today.
money.
Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
If it's the
And
business,
shop us online
Texas,
at
we have built our state on taking business from California.
Your cousin,
We know how to do that.
Boston.
We know the exact. Oh, I'm not kidding. We know
Sam
the
Adams.
exact tax breaks to
I'm
offer.
working
We
on
know
this
exactly
to
what's
get
killing them
guy
in state.
Instead of the dude
that away.
selling the quarry. Sam Adams Boston Lager is crisp and refreshing, which is why I bring it back wherever I go, except the movies.
The idea of that stadium was long before
Sam
they took a
Adams
picture of it.
from
They're just a
Boston.
renter.
Love.
That's the
Can't
Rams
believe it.
stadium.
Watch how fast I can read. Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Drink responsibly.
It
Now,
is,
that-
but think
are we even
about it.
close?
No one
Slackers
cares.
Arcade Bar,
They
your
will never
home
have a full stadium.
It's a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar
That's
locations.
money that comes directly out of the pockets.
Really, it's the
Yeah, that's
newest
money that comes
location.
directly out of the
Slackers
pockets of the
Now
owners.
opens at 7
Your
a.m.
gate.
Serve our valued medical
You
community.
build a cathedral
On workers and staff.
between San Antonio and Austin,
Slackers Medical Center at
and you can have the
Fredericksburg.
development on the outside, the
Visit
hotels, the restaurants, and everything that goes
Slackers.com
along
for
with it.
more info. Slackers Sports and
I'm
Arcade
telling you.
Bar. Now with 4 area locations to quench
There's a
your
reason
thirst.
why billionaires become
know what
millionaires. They
makes
dream like
Diamond unique and special are its 4 C's: cut, clarity, color, and
What?
carat. But do you know what makes Diamonds Direct special and unique?
What?
It's our own 4 C's. The first C, concept. Diamonds Direct has revolutionized jewelry shopping by eliminating middleman markups and giving
that?
you direct access to the world's finest diamonds straight from the diamond cutters.
Oh.
The second C, choice. Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection of precious diamonds is unparalleled, and with over 4,000 designer
A
settings
man
to
can dream, can he?
power to make a
Man
decision
can dream.
for your style and taste. The third C, confidence. With a nationwide price guarantee, free lifetime warranty, our unique 110% diamond upgrade policy, and our no pressure, no risk environment, you have total peace of mind. And the fourth C, community. Every year we partner with local charities and nonprofits with significant donations of time, money, and jewelry to make this a better place for everyone. Diamonds Direct, as unique, special, and rare as every diamond in our showcase. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Cantera.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by
The minutes these guys played last night. They got a good pace for
Momentum
tomorrow night.
change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
How come I can't get my car looking like that?
Oh, hey, how is it going? Car looks great.
Thanks. Just put another coat on it. Coat of? Graphene nanospray coating from 303.
Up 250. What,
Also,
Got to be expensive.
I don't know. I think it's 225. Yeah. And who's he?
Crazy. Have a good one.
Oh,
You
the
too.
lineman from Iowa.
I know what I'm doing this
Oregon.
weekend.
The new 303 Graphene Nano Spray Coating. Available now at Advanced Auto Parts and Pep Boys.
It is the Blitz.
Here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5
If you're on the go, ESPN.com. Watch us live. Our Facebook feed, our YouTube feed there at ESPNSA.com. While you're there, go check out our meet.
Sundays are for the
Not Sunday. Check it out now. Go check out our meet. Go to the contest section, and we got some fine looking meat there. And we have a winner. We're going to give away a $50 gift card. Now it's never too late to put an entry up, but it's going to have to be pretty impressive to win. We didn't get a chance to do it as we were off watching the Rangers. Hey, it started strong. 5 runs, man. That was an offensive explosion followed by 3.5 hours of drudging, ongoing baseball. Well, the Royals are a powerhouse as well, too, aren't they?
Changes, baby.
Wait, 3.5 hours? Well, it was the longest 9-inning opening day ever. I think it was 4 hours and 26 minutes. I mean,
the first inning was an hour.
In the first inning, you give up 5, and it's Kansas City. So, I mean, of course, you lose, 14-10 because they got 2 touchdowns with Mahomes in the building. But yikes, it's going to be a long for the Texas Rangers. At least they had the day off today because everybody needs to rest.
And, if you want to go to live, you certainly can. We're your home for the Texas Rangers right here on ESPN San Antonio. Spurs went down 134-129. Double overtime. And it was a hard-fought game. Atlanta didn't come in with Collins. They were a little short. And I don't know you want to talk about the good? You want to talk about the bad? Do we start looking at this team when we lose, looking for the good? Can we get there now, or do we have to wait till we fall to, say, 12?
I think we have to be 3 games under 500 before you get although Pop last night, gave him credit for fighting hard, second out of a back, played a ton of minutes, and all of that is true. The social media, we fought hard till the end. DeMar DeRozan had an incredible game last night. Derek White was on fire from 3. It could have helped if he hit a 3. That might have helped. Rudy Gay actually, hit 3 of them. I thought he played pretty well. I mean, the reality is they kept Trae Young in check for the majority of the game until it mattered most. And then Trae Young went bananas, and they lost the game.
Yep. That's it. The minutes, though. And to hear Pop talk about it. Look, man. The minutes. DeMar played 47 minutes
last night.
You think that there's going to be anything in those legs tomorrow or day after tomorrow or day after tomorrow? I mean, this is hard now. Not only is it hard when you're just having to do it, but when you're not winning and you're putting in 2 extra quarters of work and real work. I mean, that was hard fought. That was as hard a basketball as you can play in those last 2 quarters. It was hard fought. It wasn't well played, but it was hard fought. So I can see his Pop walking away going, at least we fought. It wasn't a collapse by any stretch, but when we needed to be there, there was no there, and they had a star. That's what happened.
And at the end, I mean, DeMar DeRozan hit some big shots down the stretch, and Trae Young hit some big shots down the stretch. Trae could have ended that thing in regulation and blew a bunny. I mean, that was just, that floater was right there, and I just knew, wait, man, how did they lose that? How did they let that? Oh, he missed. All right, cool. Let's play overtime. You just sit there and you say, maybe it's time to give Keldon a night or 2 off. He hasn't looked good in a week. He looks tired. Is he hitting the rookie wall, even though I know it's not his rookie year? But I mean, you look at the amount of basketball that these guys are playing. Keldon hasn't been great. I think Derek looks like he is finding his stride. I thought DeJounte was good last night. I thought DeMar was spectacular last night, but they need some help. And Atlanta shot 50%. That's do you look at it? Were those great shots, or was that poor defense? A combination of both. I mean, there were some great shots that they hit when Trae Young they hit a 3 until overtime. But it was the former Rocket, Clint Capella. All of a sudden, that dude's pulling up. I don't watch enough Hawks basketball, and, he didn't get a chance, I don't think, as much in Houston with Harden and Westbrook there. But all of a sudden, that guy's just jacking them up from all over the place. And just knocking out shots left and right. I thought Clint Capella played a fantastic game, and I quite honestly didn't expect to see that.
13 of 40 from three. 13 of 40.
Yeah.
We are so desperate for shooters. 13 of 40. It's going to be. And we're going to have dead legs coming up after tomorrow. The Pacers aren't going to take a break.
The good news is the Pacers play tonight, so they've got to travel in. While the Spurs hopefully are getting IVs. But, you just mentioned 13 3-pointers. 7 of those were made by Derek White. Patty Mills was 1 of 8 from 3-point range in 31 minutes of play. And Patty looked tired. Maybe he needed some more coffee on the bench there, something to wake up those legs, because he was missing what looked like tired shots to me.
I'm not in tank mode.
I'm not there yet.
But I want
to be.
Because there was
lots of good. We saw some good things last night. And at the end of the day,
there wasn't a win there. But in the scheme that I thought we would be in back in October, when we were talking about the potential starting early, getting everything going, this is about where we'd be. They just overachieved early, and I think I raised my expectations to a level that it couldn't have been sustained. And then you had all the other things. So now I'm back to going, we lost, but did you see the way they fought? Did you see the way they followed DeMar there in the that first overtime? Did you see that? Did you see? So I'm not there yet, but because if you're not, every other night's going to be painful because I don't know how to describe what I feel is happening here, but it doesn't feel good. I don't know where the fix comes. If you can't shoot and you can't defend, you can't keep up. That's just kind of where you are.
I look at this Spurs team, and a good basketball team figures out how to win that game last night. Previous Spurs teams would have figured out how to win that game last night. Atlanta is a 500 basketball team. Atlanta is the Spurs. In a lot of ways, they are doing the same thing. Some young talent that needs to learn how to win. This is a team that needs to learn how to win, and the help isn't coming. Spurs injury report, Lonnie Walker is going to be out tomorrow against Indiana. That's going to make 7 straight games. Dang is still going to be out. Pop said last night he'd probably a week or so. It's a pain tolerance thing. The dude shows up.
You know who hurt him? Did you see who hurt him? Did you see who got him? It was Tremezi Metsu. It was Tremezi Metsu. Right. He was the guy who should have been playing James' job. That's the guy who should have been there.
Trey Lyle's still out. Ain't no help coming. The good news is the Pacers are going to be on the second night of a back-to-back, and the better news is this glorious 9-game homestand is almost over, in which they have 1 win. What's frustrating about last night is there was so much good out of that game except the final score, where some of the other losses have just been downright pissy off mad when it's all said and done by the way they played.
Spurs are like a college kid at the end of Christmas break. I love seeing you, but it's time to go. You're going to have to pack all this stuff up and get out of the house. It's been a month of just up and downs. I love you. It's good seeing you most of the time. You got to go.
Well, an interesting analogy for you to say is your Aggie college son showed up about 45 minutes ago. Man, he's just started the weekend, and you have that mentality.
I said at the end of Christmas break. 3 days, little fits and spurts. There's a reason bears eat their young. There's a reason. So you don't have boys. But that's only at the end. I'm very happy to see you, son. I'm glad you're here. But I know that you'll be gone in just the next couple of days. Come back. I know that I am stoking insurrection. I'm fomenting it when I bring up what we're going to talk about. But hope springs eternal. So when I see opportunity, Jason, and it's other people's money, I dive right on. Jeff Bezos is evidently in the market to buy an NFL team, and if not that, half the other world. He is, the richest guy in the world. He had been mentioned. I'd heard in hushed breaths about maybe swooping in and saving the NFL from Snyder and the Redskins and buying that. And one of the reasons they allowed him to get 100% stake was to make it easier to sell. That's rumor and innuendo. I don't know, but this is fact. One of the co-owners, one of the Spani, one of the sisters of the Spanos family, is petitioning to sell the damn team. We're hemorrhaging money. We're not making any money, and there's only one guy out there who can save us. And she lists Jeff Bezos. The possibility of Bezos buying the Chargers intrigues me because he wouldn't keep them in Los Angeles, I'm sure, even though they've got that pretty stadium. They have no fans. In San Diego, the reason they have left San Diego was San Diego's not going to kick in anything to build anything at any time soon. We know that. And if it has to be, it'll be for the Padres. It won't be for the Chargers. San Antonio and Austin sit pretty. Didn't Bezos just send a bunch of stuff to Austin? Isn't he building something there already? Haven't we already taken a variety of California businesses? Let's let this. Let's put together our goon squad, our usual suspects that we gather together to go find an NFL team, even though it's been consistently a failure. But let's get them all together again, and let's go talk to Jeff. Let's put together a deal. This is the richest man in the world, and we are a state ripe with opportunity. I bid to you, there is an opportunity out there, however small, and we might be able to chase an NFL franchise down to South Central Texas. I'll make my case. I will make my case. As feeble as it is. Coming up, you're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPN.com.
And don't pump the brakes on that idea. But if your brakes are failing you, you need to go to nubrakes.com. They're a mobile brake shop. New Brakes is an incredible new company. They're a mobile brake shop. So they're coming to you to fix your brakes. And all they do is fix brakes. They provide convenient and affordable brake repairs. You're not going to get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. And most repairs are done in less than an hour. New Brakes uses premium brake parts. They back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. So if your brakes are bad or you think they're going bad, go to nubrakes.com. Save 10% when you mention my name, Jason Minix, or ESPN San Antonio. They do have weekend appointments. So tomorrow you're on the couch watching golf all weekend, or the week after with the Masters on. You got basketball games going on. You don't want to go to a repair shop. They will come to you, your home, your office, wherever you are, and fix your brakes without interrupting your daily life. They're great at what they do. Read all the 5-star reviews at nubrakes.com and schedule a repair. Nubrakes.com, nubrakes.com.
Game Nights The Blitz focuses on your silver and black in depth for 3 minutes. Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by the
This is Matt Bonner.
Spend your game nights with us. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
Thomas J. Henry, more than just a law firm. We could know each year to local and fundraisers. Have a cause that needs help? Visit tjhlaw.com. That's tjhlaw.com.
Really singes the nostrils.
And you want the best you can. Kubota. Hi,
I'm probably going to return it because it's
under your thing. Come in locations and check out the Kubota L2501 tractor package deal, which includes a 4-wheel drive tractor with a hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package deals at ewaldkubota.com.
Howdy, San Antonio. Chip Ingram from the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, inviting you to come out and enjoy patio season. We have newly remodeled patios, garage doors, and everything else you need to enjoy this great South Texas weather. As always, ice cold beer and specialty drinks. Happy hours daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And our kitchen is open from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. See you soon at the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road.
Listen to this radio station on the radio.com app. Discover and enjoy your favorite music, news, and talk radio from live stations across the country. Listen anywhere on all mobile and home devices with the radio.com app.
Spring forward at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop season favorites from colorful dresses to easy tops from $19.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory. Enjoy 50 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory and gapfactory.com. Shop
They get
tees
another 2 years.
and joggers from $24.99.
For 2 years.
Extra 15% off online. Exclusions apply. Shop the sale through April 6th.
Baseball fans, you will be allowed to attend
not.
the season, and businesses everywhere also are making the gradual
check.
which means
like,
more hiring.
no, I'm not.
That's where ZipRecruiter comes in. ZipRecruiter's matching technology finds people with the right experience and invites them to apply. No wonder 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. You can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/BART. ZipRecruiter.com/BART.
We're all ready for spring.
Well, I think it'll prove that free agency is not going to be the way we can build. We're going to have to draft well.
Lay down
And if
fresh.
we're going to have to draft well, it's going to take longer.
Need to figure square footage or paint
that's
coverage?
just a fact.
Our project calculators will do the math. Do it all from our app and get delivery right to your door. Download our mobile app to get started. Bring on spring with innovative help from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straight.
I gotta say, if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
Any type of dedicated golfer, swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
It's the Blitz. Here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio 94.5 FM.
My dog's barking.
It's Friday afternoon. It happens.
It happens. I'm excited about this weekend. I'm going to crawfish tomorrow. I'm picking up the Traeger, doing some sausage tomorrow. Looks like the weather's going to be fantastic. Family will be together. I'm just giddy.
Giddy, huh?
Giddy would be the word I'd use.
Well, I mean, and if we got an NFL team, how giddy would you be?
Oh, well, here's the deal. How much is Jeff Bezos worth? 180 billion, something ridiculous. And I think that's after the divorce.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he
could buy 4, 5, 6 NFL teams if he wanted to. And obviously, a man of his wealth and stature probably has been in the market for an NFL team for a while. They're not easy to come by, but it seemed like the Washington football team, the Redskins, as they were, the football team now, is in turmoil. We've seen what's been going on. I mean, it's not a secret that sexual harassment. And now, as they search for a name, if they even decide to get a name, which is enough to pull the franchise right now, is the NFL allows Snyder to buy 100% of the franchise. So people are talking about Bezos maybe swooping in and investing some capital in what was once a proud franchise. And then over the last couple of days, as the Los Angeles Chargers have been losing money, evidently, the Spanos family is in they're cash strapped. They're short on cash at the end of the month. And one of the one of the sisters, mentioned in a pleading to the court, please let us sell the team as a unified group, that Jeff Bezos, he owns 180 billion. What a great opportunity it would be for a billionaire to swoop in and take the Chargers. And when I heard that, I thought, all right, now we're talking. There's opportunity here. Because I don't believe that if I had the money that Bezos has, I would stay in Los Angeles. I'm 3rd, 4th, 5th in the market. No one cares about me there. I can't go back to San Diego. They're not going to do anything for me. And hey, I got 180 billion. I mean, I'm not rich. I need help from the state. I need taxpayers to kick in something. I mean, you act like I'm made of money. I've only got 180 billion. Well, who would be more than happy to kick in a little bit of money than a football-starved area that is now the Austin, San Antonio I-35 corridor?
Yeah, I think
we can tax all those
USAA that is between shirts and New Braunfels that would look beautiful with the stadium. I know, I'm thinking of all the places that when Davis was here looking around for a new home for the Raiders, and they kicked around, and so you saw some tracks, but it's that corridor. And yes, we were a pawn in that, and we know that. Mm-hmm. I will say, although it's election season, but, we have a mayor, and Ron Nirenberg has said on this show many times, he looks at San Antonio as a big league city and wants to chase major franchises, NFL, Major League Baseball, that sort of stuff. So I know that, at least as we sit today with an election coming, we have a current mayor who would be all in on driving an NFL franchise. Red McCombs has said many times he wants to see NFL in San Antonio while he's still alive. He certainly, and I know he's up there in age right now, but his influence is still very strong. And I know the first thing everybody says is Jerry will not let that happen. And I will tell you, it's not Jerry you need to worry about. It is the McNair family in the Houston Texans organization that would provide more roadblocks of an NFL team coming to this area. The second biggest roadblock thrower upper would be the San Antonio Spurs. They would probably try to do what they need to do to maintain being the only game in town. Not Jerry Jones. In fact, I think Jerry would almost support it because he knows he's going to make money. He knows as long as I'm alive and my kid is alive, they're ingrained Cowboy fans. He's not going to lose that, and he's not going to lose TV viewers if the team that comes to Central Texas is an AFC team.
There are some easy fixes to a lot of the problems that people throw up. First of all, we know that 35 is it's not the best way to travel up and down between San Antonio and Austin. My son just drove in. It took him 4 hours to get from College Station to the house, which is a normal 3-hour drive. But he said it was all 1604 and 35. I know there's a problem there, but we also know that we need something to light the fire.
Puckies, didn't he?
And brought back some delicious hot saltines or something. I don't know what they were. But anyway, this would spur a lot of things that the state of Texas needs. We know that Bezos, richest guy in the world, biggest company in the world, and with all that money, is on a green initiative. Have him help us fund that light rail system, that high-speed rail triangle between Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. Then we'd have that high-speed commuter ability to get back to the game, not worry about the traffic and spur even more development up and down the line. It would, in fact, feed itself after a bit of time. All we need is a commitment. What do you say, Jeff Bezos? I mean, it's a bold step, but it is something that I do think that if we are ever going to get a professional football team, Austin is going to have to be part of the gig. I've just come to that realization that we can't view them as second class, bougie taco eating types. They're vital to the Spurs, or to the Spurs. We still know what they're doing is what I'm trying to get. We know that they've got an MLS team that I think we would like to share in. And at the same point, the money is in Austin and it's not here. We have the crowd. So we're going to have to partner with them.
And it would be Central Texas. And again, to drive an hour to an NFL stadium is not uncommon. In fact, most stadiums, I mean, Dallas Cowboys play in Arlington, the New England Patriots in Foxborough, an hour away, the 3-day drive it takes to get to the 49ers stadium from San Francisco, just because the traffic is so bad heading out there. Remember, we were out there for the Super Bowl 50 was in San Francisco. The media shuttle allowed 2.5 hours to and from the stadium for events. I mean, it's not close. I think by the map it says it's an hour away, but we all know that it's not. So, I mean, it's not uncommon. I think again, you've got city leadership, I think, that would be on board. I don't know anything about the Austin mayor, how much they would be on board, or the governor for that matter. But I do think that we've got city leadership that would do what they needed to do to at least push the ball down the field. I mean, you look at all that would need to be there. And I don't know how close we really were with the Raiders. I know Red McCombs has said on this show before that in the past we had a chance to get the Chargers here. He thought the Chargers were coming here, but we didn't have the right leadership in place at the time. In San Antonio, every time they get talked about, or every time there's expansion talk, San Antonio is on that short list. Eventually it will happen. My biggest concern isn't going back to San Diego, it's going back to St. Louis, where they've had a couple of different NFL franchises, but the idea of having another Midwest city is attractive to the NFL for all the different media markets, not a third team in the state of Texas.
They already lost their team.
Twice.
It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. You can try to recreate it, but you have struck twice. It didn't work. Just a thought out there for just to plant a seed. I do have a feeling that this Bezos rumor has legs, and he will eventually be an NFL owner, probably sooner than later. It just seems like a natural fit for a guy with that kind of money. You know, Jerry Jones might have somebody to look up to as far as a businessman.
And keep in mind, Bezos and Amazon Prime just got a deal done with the National Football League to televise exclusively the Thursday night games on Prime. So, you know, you already have, clearly, I mean, he runs in those circles, but, you know, there's already business dealings with Bezos and the NFL. So he knows all the people to talk to try to make this happen. And you've got one Spanos sibling that wants to get rid of the team and another Spanos that wants to keep the team. And so they've got to go through their family divorce and make everybody happy.
You know, it makes everybody happy.
Money.
A little bit of something. $180 billion can come swooping in and make a lot of people smile. Grins would be had. It'd be like an Amazon Prime early delivery. Coming back, looks like Speed's going to be here all weekend long, leading the pack. We might be waving goodbye to Phil. We'll catch you up with the Valero Texas Open coming up here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know you're going to fire up the grill this weekend, and when you do, you want the best sausage on that grill, authentic sausage, the kind you could find in butcher shops back in the old days. You need to get yourself some Kielbasa smoked sausage. You see, at Kielbasa, they make their legendary smoked sausage in small 150-pound batches with only fresh, high-quality ingredients, never frozen meat. They don't add fillers and chemicals that you can't pronounce. Then it is smoked over real hardwood, just the way it was done in 1949 when Kielbasa was started right here in San Antonio. And for a limited time, and I had the Kielbasa Hatch Chili and Cheddar Smoked Chicken Sausage on my grill last night. It is fantastic. They also have a roasted garlic smoked chicken sausage. For a limited time, they have the two flavors of the smoked chicken sausage available only online at Kielbasa.com. Or if you go down to their company store at 1325 South Brazos Street, you can buy the smoked chicken sausage there at the company store or online at Kielbasa.com. I can tell you it is fantastic. And you know when you buy Kielbasa brand sausage, you're getting the best, most authentic smoked sausage you'll ever eat. If it's not, call Michael Kielbasa. He'll give you your money back. He puts his phone number on the back of every package sold. You know you're going to fire up the grill this Easter weekend. Make sure you get some Kielbasa today.
It's time for ESPN San Antonio's Big Score. This hour's keyword is commerce. Enter that keyword at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win $1,000. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
When it comes to social distancing, if 6 feet is not enough with your spouse, it's probably time to change your status. Call the Divorce Dude with Polling Law PLLC. The Divorce Dude will help you get a fast, affordable, agreed divorce. But if you want to fight, the Divorce Dude will fight for you. DivorceDude.com.
No, my lawyer's the amicable separation guy.
You every step of the way.
You have the Divorce Dude?
210.
I call the amicable separation guy.
That's 210-201-0303 or divorcedude.com.
You hear all the time about Diamonds Direct's prices and selection and warranties.
All true. Well.
All good reasons to give us a visit. But what really sets Diamonds Direct apart is something that's hard to put into words. But you will feel it. You'll know it from the minute you walk in. It's our unique culture,
the amicable separation guy.
Our genuine and absolute desire to totally revolutionize the way you experience jewelry shopping, with a laser focus on celebrating your special moments. Every associate, every receptionist, every jewelry craftsman, every single person at Diamonds Direct shares this DNA, this overwhelming desire to exceed your expectations, to honor your trust, to revel in your moment, to make your experience truly magical. This is not a mission statement written on our wall. This is the essence of who we are. It's what drives us every day. It's why we do what we do. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. For real. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at Lock Ontario.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. 4 drivers give you
USA
any type of dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today.
M. Wallace he's Swiss.
With a 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
William Wallace
is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
It's
Matt Wallace.
Rare for freshmen to carry a college basketball team. Never mind 2 of them. But for Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara just all the way to a national championship. Anthony led the team in scoring.
That's a Welsh flag.
McNamara led the team in assists and
What?
was third in scoring in the national championship game against Kansas. Carmelo was the game's leading scorer with 20. And McNamara
shoot.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
March is the biggest month in college basketball.
His uncle is the audio editor.
Their talent in the hopes of winning it all. For finding talent that can help your team win it all, there's
He's that
LinkedIn.
guy, yeah.
Post a job with targeted questions.
Basketball league in Manhattan.
Get your role.
He got a $70,000 a year job. All he had to do was show up
Job
for
post
games.
and contact candidates from a single view as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
It is the Blitz. You're on ESPN San Antonio. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. In the 5 o'clock, we'll look toward the Final Four, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about our Spurs loss. Bob Eibach will join us from Nyko Sports at 5:45. If you're a Houston Cougar fan, you're a Baylor Bear fan. Commemorative gear as both are in the Final Four. Full stuff. Nyko Sports supplied just about all of my Spurs memorabilia as they went through their championship runs. I got a lot of balls under plastic boxes from Bob Eibach, and if you're a fan, you're going to want one of these too. Valero Texas Open carries on. Cameron Tringale has the lead as we sit. USA across the top there, except for Matt Wallace. Pretty day. Looks like Jordan Spieth might make a run.
We might say goodbye to Phil, though.
10 on the yesterday.
I don't think it's a might. Jordan Spieth right now tied for third. He's at 5 under. You got the leader there at 9 under, but the cut line is moved. It was at 3, now it's at 2 for the projected cut. So there's no way Phil is going to make it after he finishes the tournament at 4 over. Although he had a nice day today, but going 10 on 18 yesterday and looking like an everyday hack. I mean, all of us have had a day like that on the golf course. Just we're not Phil Mickelson, and there is some sick pleasure that comes with watching a PGA guy just completely blow it like we do.
Well,
maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It's like why I watch car racing. You had a chance to go out there yesterday, and I know a lot of people were eager to go, but a little concerned. What would he be like? I know there's going to be limited ticket sales. We do have a sellout in play, though there are tickets still available. When you were out there, tell us what it was like. What was the parking like? What was it like on the fields?
Well, I will tell you, the parking, you got to park, you got to shuttle in, and they've got that running very smoothly. Tickets for Saturday are completely sold out. There are some tickets available still for Sunday. It's not a sellout yet. Had a feeling if Phil made the cut, then certainly they would snap up with Easter, though, going on. The leaderboard is going to look nice, although not having Phil there does suck for our friends over to the Valero Texas Open. But when you get there and you walk around, you still have the concession stands in a variety of places. You're sitting outside. The mask rule is in play, even though you are outside. I was there on Thursday morning, and I was surprised at the crowd that was out there. One of the things that I think is really cool is, a lot of times the cabanas and all the drink areas, and they got all the stands, they've just got that roped off where you're on you're on grass with a great view, but they're giving out chairs. So you get your own basic chair that's logoed with the Valero Texas Open on it, so that you carry it with you. You get to keep the chair. So they didn't want to have to mess with having to sanitize all the.
I can't quit on the chair. What would you call the weight limit on this? It's a guy that like me. But I feel
comfortable.
Well, okay.
Yeah. It's those fold out, chairs that you would take to the beach or for your backyard. I mean, they look sturdy. In fact, Rob, I saw a guy sitting in one that I would have been worried if I were him.
That's
and
one of my fears.
It ain't cheap. It doesn't look like they're cheap. But I like the idea.
Like take it home.
Yeah, it's yours. It's a commemorative chair. So I don't know if that comes
pretty awesome.
Just the cabana one, but yeah, it looked pretty cool. The concession stands are there, and it is gorgeous out there at the Valero Texas Open.
Were the Could I get swag? Could I pick up some gear? Were the gift shops open?
I did see a gift shop over by 16 and in the sign that said more stuff was available inside the clubhouse. So, of course, you're going to be able to buy a variety of hats.
So the tickets available on Sunday?
There are tickets available on Sunday.
Well, why wouldn't people go?
Can you take a golfer home pledge? That depends on how well you work your game. I'm just saying that's to you.
I need a fourth for my Skins game.
Well, Abraham Answer's probably free. You probably pull up, but Abraham's going home just up the road. It's not. So he's
Walker too. Although I think he play over the weekend. I haven't seen an answer score lately, but I thought he was doing all right.
He is tied. He's at +3, so he's hanging on. He's going to have to pick up one as we sit. He's on the 14th. Valero Texas Open goes on all weekend long. If you have concerns, first of all, the weather's going to be fantastic. There are tickets available for Sunday. Get your own chair. Why wouldn't you want to go and enjoy this fantastic South Texas golf weather as we get ready for the Masters, which, by the way, you can catch right here on ESPN San Antonio because we are down with golf on the radio. 6 o'clock hours chock full of goods. 6 o'clock. We'll talk about the 5 o'clock hours. What do we do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Final four is, I'm telling you, I got mudbug brain. I got the mudbug brain right now. Final four is in action. There is coaching availability in North Carolina, and Texas found their man. And Carlos Correa is a happy man, though he does not have a contract. We'll talk about the Stros and Correa yet, and the Correa syndrome. He's a happy man, though he didn't get a contract. Maybe it's Lindor. We'll talk about it all in the next. Hold on tight. We got a lot of fun coming your way. You're on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
Jason and Rob here. We both love to grill, and you do. Grilling with the Blitz every Thursday at 6, brought to you by Tri-County Meat Market.
Submit your favorite recipes and grilling pictures on ESPNSA.com for your chance to win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market, the Heatner location. We'll give you a winner every week.
So what are you grilling this weekend? Grilling with the Blitz every Thursday at 6, brought to you by Tri-County Meat Market. Submit your recipe and pictures now at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win.
How clean is your nose? Most airborne germs and allergens invade through the nose, your body's air filter. It's first line of defense. You wash your hands and brush your teeth, but what about your nose? Did you know there's an easy way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself? It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to clean your nose by
flushing. And it's
only
only illegal.
Bacteria.
According to the United Nations.
Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies.
See, if I did it to you,
snore
it would
less
be a war crime.
Without drugs.
If you do it to yourself, it's medicine.
It comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. And 50,000 independent online reviews averaging 4.7 stars show just how much people love their Navage. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now you can clean your nose and help protect your health with Navage. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage. Navage. Make good nasal hygiene your new normal with Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Injuries happen. If you twist, pull, pump, or snap something, you need to know about the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. From a minor sprain to a compound fracture, TSAOG has got you covered. Not all injuries require surgery. Dr. David Espinosa treats all non-operative orthopedic injuries and concussion baseline testing. Telemedicine services are available through Ortho Connect. If you're hurting, go to the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. Online, TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
Spring forward at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop season favorites from colorful dresses to easy tops from $19.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory. Enjoy 50 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com. Shop tees from $6.99 and joggers from $24.99. Plus extra 15% off online. Exclusions apply. Shop the sale through April 6th.
This important message is for anyone experiencing financial hardship and owes back taxes to the IRS or has unfiled tax returns. Recent events have caused massive job layoffs and financially burdened millions. While tough times will go away, the IRS won't. At Community Tax, we're on top of evolving IRS collection policies that could make it easier to resolve tax problems and dramatically lower monthly payments. If you're facing a serious loss of income, you may qualify for IRS hardship programs that may lower your monthly payments or provide dramatic tax savings. For taxpayers who owe less than $250,000 and are in a payment arrangement with the IRS, new guidelines could lower your payments substantially.
Community Tax has decades of experience helping taxpayers with IRS collections. So call our helpline today for your free consultation and learn what. Call 800-219-6286. That's 800-219-6286. 800-219-6286.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer, and
just
straight
took an
down.
hour off Sister
Four
Jean's
drivers give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer.
Oklahoma got it before Lubbock.
Golf Shops
Get
and
up
get
there.
it today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
This is the only time you wanted to wake up with a hangover.
You serious?
The Saturday Morning Hangover with James Pledger and Jack Thompson. Getting you ready for all the weekend's games and then some. The Saturday Morning Hangover. Get ready for a hangover without the headache. Saturday mornings 9 to 11. 1250 ESPN San Antonio. 94.5 FM. And on the go at ESPNSA.com. Your home for everything Cowboys.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM. KZPC San Antonio.
College.
Jason Minutes. Rob Thompson. The Blitz.
There's the Blitz.
Here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. On the go, ESPNSA.com. That's where you catch up with us, our audio file.
Brought to you by Best. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. Kia Boston Bacon phone lines. They're open.
Call them. 656-377-6656. Just call them. It's got nothing to do.
I mean, you might not make it on the air, but you know, you talk.
It's like that. It's a movie phone. He'll give you the time and temperature.
We're a full service radio station.
Hello and welcome to ESPN San Antonio. If you'd like to talk about the Spurs, please press 1.
Fire pop.
Plus 2.
Let's look at the final four. RJ Ochoa. RJ Ochoa joining the boys will join us at 5:15. Bob Ibach of Nyko Sports, a great organization. They put out these fantastic commemorative basketballs to help our Baylor Bear and Houston Cougar basketball fans remember this exceptional season. Bob will be able to pick up some commemorative items. But first, Texas got their man. Chris Beard resurrects, rebuilds, whatever you want to call what Texas Tech has done, but certainly has been impressive. A short run for sure. The opening left at Texas, his history there seemed to be natural. He is now the head basketball coach for the University of Texas. It happened fast, though, and it took some quick thinking and some maneuvering from Jason. CDC. I'd never referred to Chris Del Conte in those letters. I didn't think I was familiar enough with him, but evidently a lot of people call him the CDC.
Well, and again, it's not new, but welcome to the party. I mean, that's what it goes
by. I don't want to be known by
that. By the CDC?
Yeah. You say
CDC,
CDC, I'm looking for Dr. Fauci. I'm not looking for Chris Del Conte.
Well, I mean, maybe that's a good thing if you're Chris Del Conte on some day.
That's a good point.
I mean,
so he struck a deal with CB in Plainview.
I wonder how many private planes land in Plainview.
Orange ones.
But when you think about mega $1 million contracts getting negotiated, it was a Hampton Inn where they met with Tom Herman and worked out his deal. Apparently CDC uses the budget not on the expense account for nice restaurants, but actually to pay for coaches, because he didn't have to spend a whole lot of money whining and dining Chris Beard to get him to sign.
Having press conferences on Zoom, right? Because we cannot enjoy the pomp and circumstance of welcoming the greatest basketball coach in America home.
What?
In America.
Oh,
America, not up.
I find a basketball coach. I sat down with President Hartzell and Chairman Altife. We had one man in mind. Do you think we can get CB to come home?
CB?
I said, I don't know. but we'll try. Says Kevin Altai says, we're not trying. We'll get her done. Yes, sir.
Get her done.
Hartzell, what do you think? We're on a mission from God.
Oh, boy.
Mission from God.
Take a little movie, trading. Remember that from John Belushi, On a Mission from God?
Mission from God.
Plainview, Texas, yesterday morning, 5 o'clock. Woo. Sat in a Comfort Inn. Here comes Coach. Rolled in. Really? I go, really? Comfort Inn's all you got. It's all we have. We went over to McDonald's, got ourselves a chicken egg sandwich, coffee. Rolled in McDonald's. Spent 3.5 hours talking about the University.
He's just never been before.
Talking about what it meant to be a Longhorn. His vision of winning national championships at the University of Texas, the great tradition, history by the players that are here. This is your program. He wanted to come back and be with you all. It was the most amazing 3 hours of conversation. I sat there and was like, okay, we hammered out a deal. He gets in the car, goes, I'll see you later. I'll be back in a little while. He came back an emotional wreck. I sat there and I go, there's a man I want to touch my whole life to. I want to attach a guy like this. He was so sad about what was happening at Texas Tech. The players he was leaving behind, the players. I knew what we were getting in a human being, someone that cares deeply about people. Someone that cares deeply about people. He's an incredible basketball coach. He's a better person. And on that flight on the way back here, I sat there and just watched the emotion of he and his staff, hugging, crying, talking. His fiancee, Randy, that just talking about what it meant and what they built there. But the future was happening at the University of Texas. I was overwhelmed by emotion. I sat there for about 20 minutes in a seat by myself just going, we got it right. We got it right.
We did. And I'm glad he was on a plane, was in a seat by himself. I mean, as if they ever went anywhere. I mean, you think about, I'm curious, did CDC just hang out at the McDonald's waiting for Chris Beard to come back? I mean, did he go back to the Comfort Inn? I know that, and we'll hear from Chris Beard in a moment, but, apparently he did go to Texas, back to Texas Tech, made his decision, and his former boss, not real happy with Chris Beard. This is Kirby Holcutt on losing Chris Beard to Texas.
Absolutely. Disappointment, absolutely. You work along somebody for 5 years and you invest into this program.
I got a good job.
Program, and of course his leadership had a great deal to do with that. But at the same time, there are other components that have led to the success of Texas Tech basketball. Mm-hmm. I believe our student body. I believe we've had the best fan support in the country. I believe that you talk about some of the investments that have been made by so many generous individuals, starting with Mr. Dusty Womble, who's on our board of regents, that'll be a part of the search committee that our new facility.
Of course, Dusty Womble is on the board at Texas Tech.
We're going to fight, to use a term that Coach Beard uses
Dusty
every day.
Bottoms Womble.
Fight. We've been in the fight for 5 years, and the fight's not over. And you have somebody that then walks away to go to an in-conference school, an in-state school. Absolutely, that frustrates you. Heck yeah, it does. If we're honest and loyal and sincere about talking about getting in the fight, and you're in the fight every day, yeah, frustration would be a kind word to summarize it.
Uh-huh. He ain't happy. He didn't even get a chance to counter, but he sure did get a chance to drop the rich donor into the press conference.
Dusty
Mr.
Bottoms.
Womble.
Dusty Bottoms. First of all, he's right. That's a hell of a program. Chris Beard built something there. And the good news is, Kirby, this is going to happen again. It's going to continue to happen. That's the program you're at. And until someone gets there and stays, you're going to continually be the coach that is almost there, hired. You're going to get the guy that's just about to get the gig. And until you find someone to stick, that's who you are. So, and the good news is you're pretty good eye for talent. You're batting pretty well, football coach notwithstanding. But
they do have a good a program. I mean, you called it a lateral move.
It is basketball-wise, it's a lateral move.
And it really is, but he is going home, and I think that certainly factors in. He brings up going interconference. they have issues with players transferring intercontinental.
Nuts, yes.
I think Oklahoma's having that right now with the Morris kid. There's certain things there that just don't feel right. I'm surprised that Kirby Holcutt was that honest in his pissed offness of losing to Texas.
That's hard. It's tough to be at Texas Tech because it is a destination program for somebody, and at some point they'll find someone that will stay. But Beard was a good hire. You'll find somebody else. As we talk about hiring new coaches, late word that OU has ended their search. Porter Moser of Loyola Chicago seems to be the next head coach there. Lots of money involved there. That's not a reaction to what happened in Texas, but because Lon Kruger retired. But I will say that Bill Self benefited greatly from the retirement or firing or quitting, however you want to look at Shaka Smart and Roy Williams. Bill Self of Kansas got a lifetime deal today to kind of bat him down. But I want to get back to the way that Chris Beard was hired. Let's consider the time frame here. So CDC gets on the jet. Flies up to Plainview in the jet, which had to have woke the cows when he landed at 5 a.m. And he parks at the Plainview McDonald's, and they meet and have breakfast, and they go back to the Hampton Inn for 3.5 hours. That's an interesting interview.
They're at McDonald's for 3.5 hours.
No, I thought he said they had breakfast and they went back to the Hampton, and for the next 3.5 hours talked about the future of the Texas program. Just CB and CDC on a blanket in the hotel room, sharing some za, talking the future of Texas basketball.
I mean, think about the visual you get, because you think about the Hampton Inn. I hope it was a room that had 2 beds, so they were each sitting on their own bed, because it's not like you got conference room furniture there at the Hampton Inn, or the ballroom that he could have rented out for the interview. I mean, I'm picturing 2 guys trying to figure out how to work the TV to find Sports Center so they could sit on the end of the bed and have a conversation.
Well, one of those been in a hotel room enough to know. Chris Beard spent some time in hotel rooms as your coach. If you let Chris Beard into your hotel room, into your living room with mom and your player, Chris Beard is going to sign you. That's what Chris Beard is. He is a salesman. That's why he's a great coach. And when we hear from him again, he's going to say player, 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 because that's what he is. If Chris Beard gets the opportunity to quarter you in a hotel room for 3.5 hours, you're going to hire him. That's why he's that good. I'm not sure. I know Del Conte wanted him, and he felt like he had to pitch it to Beard, but it seems like Beard was ready to go, man. Yeah, he's broken up. He wasn't broken up that long.
Well, no, I mean, you
take 24 hours to say yes. Hey, let me go back and talk to the folks. I'll be right back.
Yeah, and again, I think there were some conversations the night before. I'm going to sleep on it. I know Kirby said he called him like at 10:30 at night, and Kirby still thought he was going to have a chance, and woke up the next morning. I guess CDC flew in for breakfast, but Chris Beard was going home. I don't know that Chris Beard leaves for just any job. I don't know that Chris Beard would have taken the OU job if they would have called him. I think he had some deep roots in Texas Tech with what he's built there, and with his wife being from that area. But you're going home again, and you can never fault an alumni for wanting to go back to where it started when giving the opportunity. I hope it works out well for him. I mean, you think about Texas Tech, they tried that with Cliff Kingsbury. It worked for a while until it didn't, and we'll see what Chris Beard is going to be able to do. But he's got to, and he talked a lot about in his press conference, he's got to reunite the Texas basketball community and actually create a home court advantage in Austin. He wants to duplicate what he had in Lubbock on the 40 acres.
I want to mention this right off the bat, too. I need your help. I've never been a guy that's afraid to ask for help. I don't think I have all the answers. I have no pride when it comes to asking for people help. And I think it's very important that this very first conversation that we're having, Longhorn basketball family, we've got to create a home court advantage. We've got to make the Frank Irwin Center this year the toughest place to play in college basketball. And I am going to work tirelessly in my role to make that happen. But I'm going to need your help. We're going to need student attendance to increase and improve. And I look forward to the challenge and the opportunity of that. And I'm very confident that we will be able to get that done. But a home court advantage is so important, and it's worth mentioning today. as we get started.
He's got to make people care about Texas basketball again, and they haven't in a while.
When they all gather to play on the Matthew McConaughey fun court.
Yeah.
Chris Beard is set up for monumental success. They got a brand new building coming around the corner, a state-of-the-art basketball facility. The investment has always been there. And I think he made a point to say in the press conference earlier that he understands the place of basketball. It will be a part of a larger administration. And I think that was in reaction to what Shaka Smart said, that, he thought he was accustomed to being at places where basketball was number one. Beard understands where he is and knows that he can flourish without being the number one sport on campus, because even if you're number two at Texas, you're getting more money and more attention than most number ones in these middling schools, in these mid-majors. So he understands where he is. He's in the right place at the right time. Now you just got to produce. I mean, he said like a lot of coaches on their first day. Now bring what you had and go get it. And if you do it right, the fruits of your labor are paid off well at the University of Texas. You just got to get it right. And CDC and CB, they seem like good friends. They're hanging out in McConnell, some wada chicken, whatever the CDC said that they had. Can I call him that when I see him?
Yeah, of course. The fact, RT, that he didn't even know what kind of breakfast sandwich he had. I mean, tells you he didn't know what a McDonald's was. He's like, wow, so this is what everybody talks about. This is what I can barely afford to go eat.
No kidding. He's JM. I'm RT.
He was loving it. Do you think he was loving it?
Yes. What did he get? 6 million? 8 million? 10 million?
Well, CDC, was paying that out.
How much did Beard get? Do we know how much Beard got? Got to be over 5.
It's going to be over 5. I saw 2 different numbers, so I'm not, until I see something a little bit more factual, we'll go from there. Nice bonuses if you actually win a tournament game, Shaka. Pressure's on, Chris Beard.
Plainview, Hampton. Little Zog floor. Next thing you know, you got a new coach. Hey, coming up, RJ Ochoa will join us as we talk Cowboys and the rest of the NFL and catch up with an OG Rock the Mic winner, RJ Ochoa, next here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com. Easter weekend, it's the kickoff to spring, which means summer's almost here. And if you have plans for lots of fun this summer, I want you to head over to Alamo Cycleplex. 7 brands, motorsport brands under one roof. What a place to go to look for fun. I've got a Honda Talon R1000 that I've got around the property that is more fun than I deserve. Fun is the key, and the follow-up is also very much part of what Alamo Cycleplex does. If you're looking for fun with your family, head over. Long-term support and help that's going to be there as well. Dave Sears has put together an organization like none I've seen in the power sport business. Lots of fun being had. In fact, I want you to come join me. April the 7th, next Wednesday, 7 to 10 is bike night. Boy, bike night is a lot of fun. Bands out there, good food. A wheelie wizard is going to be there to entertain the kids. And really, that's all about it. Yeah, a wheelie wizard, James. It'll be going on the test track during bike night. Yeah, I'll perform. I'll be doing 2 shows. Bike night's a lot of fun. I want you to bring your family out and see what the possibilities are. As you head into the summer, one thing we learned last year is if you don't have control of what you're doing or where you're going, you're not going to be able to do it. Power sports, you can get outdoors, celebrate, and have the fun the right way with lots of family friends. Power sports is the way to go, man. I can't believe all the things that they have. 7 brands under one roof. You can put them on the water. You can 3-wheel rocket it down the road in a variety of machines. And, of course, all those great motorcycles. Alamo Cycleplex is the place to be. Come see over the weekend. Sales in place. You can test drive. You can drive it on that test track. Alamo Cycleplex, I-10 and Days of Olive. Head out this weekend. The fun starts there.
Your home for the Texas Rangers.
This is Coach Rodriguez.
He's a wheelie wizard.
It's Rangers baseball on
ESPN. You get the chance to say wheelie wizard in the spot.
Breaks mobile brake repair and powered by GPS of Texas.
You are listening to 1250 ESPN San Antonio
and 94.5 FM.
If there's Wheelie Wizard in your copy, you have to say
vehicles on the road, you're a target for personal injury lawyers. I mean, you're wearing a bullseye. Our system can protect you if there is an accident with proof of speed, video monitoring, even proof
I was looking at Chris Beard
on his phone. Don't
on
get
Twitter. There's a brand new Twitter account.
Word
Beard.
by installing our GPS camera tracking
Liar
system.
piece of shit.
GPS of Texas at 444
from Snakeville, Texas.
587-7634 or gpsoftexas.com.
Tech, man. That sucks.
Vanilla mushroom originated hand-tossed.
Everything you hate about Texas.
Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad. See how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24
tracks. I love it too.
crafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway.
It's Lubbock and
Game and Mellow at Mellow
chip on their shoulder.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf.
We hated Texas.
From Titleist, introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. 4 drivers give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops.
Spell my name right.
Fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
You know Diamonds Direct always has the best selection of precious diamonds. But right now, in the aftermath of 2020's challenges, it's better than ever before. With all the disruptions last year, Diamonds Direct stayed strong and aggressive, working with diamond cutters around the world, finding exceptional values, and taking advantage of unique opportunities. The result? A spectacular selection of new, rare, precious diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, from a half carat to 20 carats, and all certified by the GIA. And offered at prices you never thought possible. So make plans now to visit our showroom and see for yourself this expanded selection. Let our expert associates show you multiple choices in the size and shape diamond you're interested in, so you can make the most informed decision with zero pressure. And take comfort in the fact that at Diamonds Direct, whatever happens in the world, we never let anything stop us from our mission to get you the diamond of your dreams. Diamonds Direct, official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys, at the shops at La Cantera.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more dream.
Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card transforms your everyday missions, so you can turn your commute fare, next stop 8th Street, into tickets for an awesome night out, and turn your grocery run into a trip to total relaxation. Get 3 times the points on supermarkets, restaurants, and on gas and transit. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Over to the Armed Forces, the DoD, Veterans and their families, insured by NCUA. American Express is registered service mark of American Express, used by Navy Federal under license.
That's the Blitz. ESPN San Antonio. Go watch us live.
ESPN San Antonio YouTube channel.
Or
you go to ESPN.com.
See it live right there where you go. Wherever you are. Thanks for watching and listening. He's RJ Ochoa jumping in with us. Jason Minnis and Rob Thompson here on the Blitz. We're going until 7 o'clock tonight. RJ, welcome aboard. Natalie Tired in Super Bowl. Let's see, that's Miami, I believe. Right?
It is. Look at you knowing your Roman numerals.
He was looking at the color. What do you
the color? I don't know. I was going to go 54, but that football always throws me off, and I think it should be 53, but it's 54.
Look at you. Well done, Rob. Congratulations on knowing colors. Not a dog, not colorblind.
That's my highest compliment I've gotten today. Okay.
Still a dog. We all know that.
I found it interesting that did you hear about Jason Garrett and his praise for Dak Prescott coming out and talking about his voice?
I mean, yeah, but was that really praise? I mean, that was the most Garrett-y praise of all time. Oh yeah, I'm really happy he got it. He's a hard worker. And then all he did was repeat everything. It was we drafted Dak and Tony Romo got hurt and he came in and he won a bunch of games. And so I'm happy for okay, thank you. Thank you, Wikipedia, Jason Garrett. Appreciate it.
He's Pinocchio. He wants to be a real boy. One day he'll be a real boy and have emotions, but he's trying right now.
I mean, I suppose, he is a cool dude. We all know that. You get him in the backyard, playing some cornhole or something. He's a cool dude, but behind any kind of microphone, I mean, it is stale as stale can be, like dry stale, and just no taste.
Which is so unfortunate because all of us have had the experience to spend time with Jason Garrett away from a microphone, and you understand the kind of personality he has, why his players like him. He's a funny dude, although hard to tell with all the interviews that he does. And so, the talking about Dak Prescott was exactly what you'd expect him to say. As vanilla as it could possibly be. I mean, and honestly, I think Jason Garrett gets a kick out of just pissing everybody off by saying absolutely nothing every time he speaks.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, I think it's a skill. Like it really is. It's an incredible skill to spin a tale and not say anything. But you're right. Like that is a long way removed from devouring the strawberries, which is my favorite Jason Garrettism.
Yes, it is. You don't want to devour the strawberries. He's RJ Ochoa joining the Blitz as he does every Friday afternoon. The Cowboys have sent their coaches hither and yon to pro days. Who are they looking at by, are we getting an idea of where they're looking to draft by where they're at for the pro days?
I mean, they're clearly in love with Patrick Surtain, the corner from Alabama. They're clearly in love with the beef up front, the offensive lineman. They're connected. When you're drafted in the top 10, you're going to be everywhere. And so it's a fun year in that sense. And I think like if I had to pick right now, it's probably Patrick Surtain. And it's funny, like you started talking about Jason Garrett. I think they drafted one Alabama player in Jason Garrett's whole tenure, and it was y'all's boy Bo Scarborough. And so I mean, if they draft Patrick Surtain, they will have doubled that total in 2 drafts in Trayvon Diggs and now obviously if it's Patrick Surtain.
Which is ironic since the connection between Saban and Jason Garrett is there. Although Bo Scarborough is certainly the best singer to ever come out of Alabama football and play for the Dallas Cowboys. I see so much Patrick Surtain love. Knowing that we are in BS season, I'm not buying it. The more I hear about the Cowboys and their love for Surtain, the more I think, boy, they're going in a different direction. They want you to think that that's the guy. They want you to think that that's the guy. It's misdirection season. Oh, we're telling you we love this guy over here, and now we're looking over here. I mean, it's that time of year. Don't believe anything you're hearing, so you got to look in the other corner.
So you've been covering the Cowboys long enough to know, like yesterday was April Fool's. Like you don't get past minutes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fair. But I mean, like the reality is when you draft in the top 10, it's kind of boring because it's really easy to figure out because you're in the top 10, like you're so close to the top. And so like it is going to be one of a handful of options. If they go secondary, it's Patrick Surtain. They could not love JC Horn enough to prioritize him. They couldn't. Maybe they trade back. That's the other option. They trade back, they draft JC Horn. If they draft Micah Parsons, that's a weird, hypothetical, or one of the tackles falls to them, they draft a tackle. That would be fine. That would be fun. But it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of the tackles or Patrick Surtain. You can set your watch by it.
And thank God. See, there we go. They're playing possum. Playing possum.
If Kyle Pitts is available, Jason, you're getting the Uber Eats app open. We're getting Rob his cookies. We're getting the milkshake. We're going to the dock. We're watching, Last Chance U. We're doing the whole kit and caboodle. If Kyle Pitts is the Cowboys pick, I mean, it is a serious. But I will say, I just did a video on the Blog of the Boys YouTube channel about this, and this should be a real hypothetical. It's explored even if they don't. It's time to trade Michael Gallup if they draft Kyle Pitts because it's a contract year for him, and you've got to get something out of him. And like one option, we know the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs were in on Juju Smith-Schuster. They both missed out. Baltimore holds the 58th overall pick, Kansas City the 63rd. You want to flip Michael Gallup for that? Jason will get you Kyle Pitts, who you want over any other position, as you've been saying on the Blitz for so long.
That's
and then, but if you're the Cowboys, you already have the 44th pick. That's your second round pick. You get 58 or 63 from Baltimore or KC. You take those two. You jump back into the first round. You take J.C. Horn if he's sliding. Heck, take Caleb Farley if he's sliding because everybody's scared about his back. And if you take him in the mid-20s, the value justifies the pick then. You walk away with an elite offensive weapon. You walk away with a cornerback of the future to pair opposite of Trayvon Diggs. You have yourself a pizza party.
I have a theory as well, but it involves Jeff Bezos and one of the Spanish. He is RJ Ochoa joining us here on ESPN San Antonio. The quest for a backup quarterback continues. We heard Alex Smith's name kind of talked about as far as rookies. Kellen Mond worked out all right. Is that a possibility? Come on now, a little love.
Well, I mean, I'm certainly partial to Texas quarterbacks, playing for the Cowboys, being rookies, singing. Shout out, of course, to Dalton Stern, maybe the best Cowboy singer to ever stroll through Oxnard, California. I mean, that would be honestly, though, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It'd be fun. How about that, though? Of all the A&M quarterbacks, that have played there in the last 15 years, between Tannehill and Johnny, and of course Gerard Johnson. For Kellen to be the one, and it would be cool, like a Kellen thing.
No love for Stephen McGee.
Well, I guess that's true.
That got to play.
Yeah. But Stephen McGee wore number 7, which is that's playing with fire. Like you either gotta, if you're picking that number, you got to be a baller. Like it's a bull. You got to be able to ride it. He wasn't. But that would make sense, like play style wise. And again, Mike McCarthy loves to develop quarterbacks. That is like a hallmark of his. And while, he also wears number 7, Ben DiNucci doesn't exactly show a lot of promise to be his project for the future.
Is Jamil Shower still around? Is he still playing safety somewhere on the practice?
Year on the practice squad, yes.
He is not. Also, at one point in time, a fighting Texas Aggie, also somebody who wore number 7. So lots of coincidental curses hovering in the air, but no, he's not.
He was the guy that we interviewed instead of Dak Prescott because we figured he would be the fourth quarterback.
Right. We interviewed Dak too, but
we had our choice. Oh,
yeah.
Showers. You can play
to talk to an Aggie.
Showers plays on special teams. He puts gloves on. It's super cool.
He does real work instead of
shoes. He does all kinds of good stuff.
The NFL looks like they're going to try to affect the rules yet again. Any thoughts on the possibilities of 4th and 15 and that weird Baltimore Raven idea that I can't still to this minute figure out how to do?
Let's simplify things and watch RJ's head explode and just ask him about the jersey number situation.
Well, yeah, anybody can wear it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving me a soapbox, Jason. So, I'm super cool, super hip, the coolest, hippest guy that's ever strolled through ESPN San Antonio. We all know it. Right. And super new school, super innovative mind I've got going on up here. However, I can be real crotchety and really old school when it comes to certain things. You cannot even begin to play with this Pandora's box of letting any player wear whatever number they want.
Okay,
it's stupid. No, you can't do it. Like certain positions have to be certain numbers, certain players and body types have to be certain numbers. Like Rob, you'd make a great 52. Jason, you'd make a great Jason, you'd be a great a great 38. Pledge could be a pledge could be like a solid 16.
So you're throwing out 52, 38, 16. I want to know what number you would know. What would RJ Ochoa look at?
I would be 24. That's.
Oh, of course. Yes, that's a magical good number. 52, which a prime number.
Awesome. 52 is awesome.
Oh, it's okay.
That's a prime number. How is it a prime number?
I said not a prime number.
Here's the thing. There are certain guys that don't look right in, say, a 99. Dat Win, when he first got to the Cowboys, was offered 99, and he said no, but he needed a 9 in his business. That's why when he first got to the Cowboys, he was 45. Because at least it added up to 9, but none of the 90 numbers were available. And then when 59 became available, he took that because there's only certain numbers that linebackers can wear. But I look at Incarnate Word right now because all the receivers and everybody, all the skill position guys want single digit numbers. Incarnate Word's kicker wears 50, and I think their punter or something wears 59, and it doesn't look right. I mean, he's not big enough to wear 50.
There's weight limits
to see.
There's weight ranges. That's all it is. It's not position, it's weight range. If you're over 300, you have to have one number. You have to have two.
No, here's the thing.
Open space there.
It's about size. It's about attitude. That's what I'm saying. When who's the backup quarterback for the Patriots now? Bald guy that played for the Texans.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer played. When he went to the Texans, Brian Hoyer wore number 7. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this is Michael Vick. This is Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, you can't, like, enter this club. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, your game doesn't fit it. That's why, like, Rob, you'd be a great 52. You're an imposer, man. Like, you put someone out. Jason, you're 38 because you're the GOAT, man. Jason is the
backup punter.
No. Yeah, secondary guy. Wore 83 and 20. During the high school
I can see
days.
You rocking 20.
And it's funny because as a wide receiver, you had an 80s number. Then if you went in on defense, a lot of times back in the day, you'd have 2 different jerseys. And
that makes sense.
And we used to have different numbers for home jerseys than on road jerseys. So, if we were home, it was 83. On the road, it was 20. That's the way it was. It goes back in the day because we're trying to throw everybody off watching film. Apparently, everybody had different numbers on the road. But you look at it.
Put your helmet in your back pocket.
I could not, sir. It was a good old Rydell helmet with the cool face mask.
Was it a Roger Staubach face mask?
Your day where you pull your helmet up.
Rob was the leatherhead
as a wallet. Yeah.
In 1977, at Allen B. Shepherd Middle School, fine institution, our football helmets didn't have pads. They didn't have pads. When you get a construction helmet and it has like those plasticky netting. Those were our football helmets, but it was a seatbelt cord. There was no padding in there.
Do you know the first team?
Didn't affect me.
Do you know the first team that had logos on? Do you know the first team that have logos on their helmets?
I think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they only had enough stickers for one side.
That is incorrect. It is the original Los Angeles Rams. An equipment manager named Fred Gerke hand painted one. Coach loved it, so he said, "I'll give you $1 to do it for every single helmet." So he went home, and after experimentation, he realized he had to bake the logo on there so it wouldn't completely just chip off. So he literally had to use his oven at home and bake the entire team's helmets.
Fred Gerke.
And none of us are going to challenge you right now. None of us. With Aaron Rodgers hosting Jeopardy next week, I hope that's a question.
Fred Gerke.
Look it up, baby. 1961. Gehrke. Gerke.
That's
RJ Ochoa. That's why we go get guys like that. RJ Ochoa of Blogging the Boys joins us every Friday. Thanks for stopping by, RJ. Always a pleasure. Take care of yourself.
One love. Happy Easter.
One love and happy Easter back to you, RJ Ochoa. Always great stopping by. If you missed any of that, go to our audio vault there at espnsa.com. Coming back, we'll look at the Spurs loss. It's the Pacers come to town. And Bob Ibach will join us in just about 10, 15 minutes from Nyco Sports. If you're a Houston Cougar fan, you're a Baylor Bear fan, or if you're just a basketball fan who's looking for some cool memorabilia, you want to keep listening because Bob always has great stuff. He'll be here in just a couple of minutes. Dusty Womble. Dusty Bottoms.
Dusty Womble.
We'll be right back here on the Blitz 1250 ESPN San Antonio 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com.
If you need your logo on gear, you need your shirt to say Dusty Womble, all you need to do is get into Sammy's Embroidery Club over there on San Pedro. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, an athletic director looking to suck up, you get into Sammy's Embroidery Club. He can put the logo on shirts, on masks, on jackets, on caps. Sam can put it on uniforms. He has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. He has brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. Check the website, samsembroidery.com, or go visit that massive showroom on San Pedro. It's 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots right there across from McDonald's. All items do come with a warranty, and you work with Sammy on your project. He's the owner, and he's highest going right now. Call him 210-824-3900. 824-3900 for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Your home for the Texas Rangers all season long.
This is Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers Baseball. Brought to you by New Brakes Mobile Brake Repair. And powered by GPS of Texas.
Your home for the Texas Rangers. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
When it comes to social distancing, if 6 feet is not enough with your spouse, it's probably time to change your status. Call the Divorce Dude with Polling Law PLLC. The Divorce Dude will help you get a fast, affordable, agreed divorce. But if you want to fight, the Divorce Dude will fight. DivorceDude.com gives you easy legal options and sticks with you every step of the way. Call George, the Divorce Dude, 210-201-0303. That's 210-201-0303 or DivorceDude.com.
Spring forward at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop season favorites from colorful dresses.
He's the Divorce Dude.
$19.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory. Enjoy 50 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory and Gap
Like
Factory.
the witch Dusty Wumble would be
From
proud of.
$6.99 and joggers from $24.99. Plus extra 15% off online. Exclusions apply. Shop the sale through April 6th.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210.
Coming back.
Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Injuries happen. If you twist, pull, pump, or snap something, you need to know about the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. From a minor sprain to a compound fracture, TSAOG has got you covered. Not all injuries require surgery. Dr. David Espinosa treats all non-operative orthopedic injuries and concussion baseline testing. Telemedicine services are available through...
Really, I'm not either.
You're hurting? Go to the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics. Online, TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
Introducing touch-free payments from PayPal, a safe way for your customers to pay. Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan. Whether you're a market seller,
I'll take 2 tomatoes and a cucumber.
poodle pamperer, piano tuner, or plumber. Signing up for payments for your business is easy. Touch-free QR code payments. Shop safe.
This is your new phone speaking. I know you haven't moved in yet, but I need some favors. Could you dust the blinds? The dust makes me feel dusty. Also, we could save a lot of money if you bundled your home and car insurance with Geico. It's super easy to do online or over the phone. Last favor, when you move in, could you stick to one aesthetic? The last owner had a weird mix of floral wallpaper and nautical tchotchkes, and I can't have another identity crisis.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest rivals. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee, and straighter down the fairway. 4 drivers give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Let's get wild.
It is the Blitz. You're on ESPN San Antonio. Bob Ibach of Nyko Sports is going to join us in just a couple minutes. Houston Cougars, Baylor Bears, listen in. Got some cool memorabilia coming your way, but we do have some breaking news coming out of Houston. Let's hear that 3-note sting. Look for it.
Well, there was
ESPN San Antonio. Breaking news.
an official report complaint has been filed against Deshaun Watson with the Houston Police Department stemming from the 21 civil lawsuits. At least one now has gone in as a criminal complaint. Rusty Hardin, the attorney for Deshaun Watson, says, quote, "We welcome this long overdue development. Now we will learn the identity of at least one accuser. We will fully cooperate with the Houston Police Department." Houston Police Department, according to Aaron Wilson of the Houston Chronicle, is now investigating and declined further comment because it now is an ongoing police criminal investigation.
That's some spin. We're so excited that there's finally a criminal complaint brought against my client. Nothing vagrant out there. Finally, someone has something substantial enough to accuse my client of a crime. We are overjoyed. That's spin right there. That's $500 an hour.
Rusty Hardness saying, all right, I'm going to get this lady's name, and I'm going to start digging into her past so I can get ready to tear that apart. That's what that is. I mean, it's just because they've all been Jane Does to this point. Now, you're going to have a name, and now you're going to be able to truly investigate her side of things.
Sean's having a bad day.
Lawyer.
Yeah, he's having a bad day. Nobody's excited when a criminal complaint comes your direction. No one's excited when someone's accusing you of some sort of sexual harassment. This is not a good day. But go ahead, Harden. I like the way you spin it. Hey, let's look at some great memorabilia from the Final Four as the men get ready to play this week and catch the games right here on ESPN San Antonio. Your Houston Cougar, Baylor Bear, just a basketball fan. We've got great stuff coming your way. Bob Eibach of Nyco Sports joins us next here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
It is a gorgeous Friday afternoon, 5:45. You still got plenty of time this afternoon to get into Tri-County Meat Market because you're going to fire up the grill this weekend, probably have that thing going all weekend, and that great meal starts with great meat. That means you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market, locally owned and full service. And Rob, it feels like everything they have is on sale this weekend for Easter weekend.
The likes of which Dusty Bottoms would be proud of. Yes, Tri-County has lots of specials. Now, remember, they're only open till 7 o'clock tonight, and they're open till 6 o'clock on Saturday. Then they're closed on Sunday for God and family. So make sure you prepare appropriately. Here we go. They got the specials going. Picanha and tri-tips, they're $7.99 a pound. You're looking for sirloin fajitas, spiced and perfect, $11.99 a pound. Prime 4-bone English cut ribs, $8.99 a pound. Prime 3-bone full cut ribs, they're $8.99 a pound. You want St. Louis style pork ribs, they're $3.99 a pound. If you want bone-in prime ribs, they're $16.99 a pound. That's a great deal, by the way. And that boneless prime ribs, $17.99 a pound. Easter specials to be had. Get there early, stay late, get your meat when you get ready for Easter. And when you're a first responder, when you walk in there, military and all the rest, EMTs, fire, police, 10% off. 2 great locations. Head over to Hebner Road, out Ralph Fair Road, or go check out the website, tricountymeat.com.
It's time for ESPN San Antonio's Big Score. This hour's keyword is Austin. Enter that keyword at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win $1,000. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 towards the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. At the shops at La Cantera across from Nordstrom, San Antonio's direct diamond importer.
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, your home to 7 days a week happy hour. Come eat, drink, and socialize safely at all 4 Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar locations. And now you can join us bright and early at the newest location, Slackers Medical Center. Now opens at 7 a.m. to serve our valued medical community. Nurses, doctors, frontline workers, and staff, we thank you. Slackers Medical Center at Fredericksburg and Medical Drive. Visit.
They're so good. That high-low game with Porter and Jokic is
Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar. Now with 4 area locations.
And then you throw Aaron Gordon in there.
Blake Stevens with San Antonio-based GPS of Texas. If you have commercial vehicles on the road, you're a target for personal injury lawyers. I mean, you're wearing a bullseye. Our system can protect you if there is an accident with proof of
Jokic loves to throw the lob.
even proof
He pulls that big out, and you see Jordan coming from the backside.
that you weren't at fault by installing our GPS camera tracking system. Call GPS of Texas at 210-587-7634 or gpsoftexas.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune into Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Hey, what do you want to da-da-da? I don't know. What do y'all think we should da-da-da? Well, what do we do? Adults, we like to say...
Hey, CB. Yes, CDC. You want some dog? Let's have some dog. You want to be a coach?
Trista.
No. No, I'm a coach.
No.
These days, nothing. England, everything is weird. But save big when you switch to Progressive. That won't change. Not to die or any die.
Quote to die at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
You're on the Blitz. Welcome back here on ESPN San Antonio. You know, Jason, whenever we talk to our neighbors, something good's going on. Whenever Bob joins you, there's a party in the works, and as the Final Four has come, and if you're a Baylor fan and a Houston Cougar fan, it's time to stock up on the memories, and Nyko Sports has just that. We'd like to welcome on Bob Ibach of Nyko Sports. Bob, like I said, there's something good's happening whenever we speak with you. It's certainly something good happening now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's always nice to be welcome to a show when something good's happening, right?
And for us, we've got two teams from the great state of Texas in the Final Four. Now, only one team's going to cut down the net, but a Final Four basketball always goes up on the shelf, no matter how the tournament actually ends. But one could walk away, Baylor, a champion when it's all said and done, according to my bracket.
Well, I'll tell you, I wish you luck. I mean, it's going to be a great game tomorrow in Indianapolis, and I think it's going to be decided within 4 or 5 points either way. I mean, Houston plays some great defense, and I like the way Baylor's played all season long. And but it's an amazing opportunity that we have here, and it's going to raise monies for a very good cause, United Way. Whether we do whether you're doing it the United Way in the Houston area or the one in Waco, it's going to benefit, and a portion of the proceeds from every basketball that we sell is going to go help United Way. So there's a good charitable aspect to this project. Let me explain to the listeners what we're doing. Then I'll give out a toll-free number on the website how you can still get your hands on these, because they are literally flying off the shelves, so to speak, because we've gotten a great response, particularly from the Houston side. Wilson's making 5,000 basketballs for each team. They're $99 each. Like I mentioned, they will, portion of the proceeds will benefit the United Way. We also have on there, everything is fully embossed. By that, I mean, it's not pad printed. It won't fade away years from now. This is the logos and just all the statistics that we put on there, the games, scores, will all stay pristine for years to come. You can show it off in your home and office and know that it's going to look really, really sharp. It comes with a numbered certificate of authenticity, and everything is officially licensed and approved. Now, on the Houston ball, and it'll be similar for the Baylor ball, you'll be able to get the scores of every game played by either one of these two teams, regular season as well as the March Madness. So we have a section on there that says Road to the Final Four, which will just give the scores and the opponent and the date for the games played in March. And prior to that, obviously, the same thing holds true for the regular season. And the logo on there is really sharp. The NCAA logo, the Final Four logo, pops out. I can't even describe it adequately until you actually see it. So when you go to the website, you can see the basketball there. The website is NIKOsports.com. It's spelled NIKCO sports.com, NIKCO NikeSports.com, or just call 1-800-345-2868. That's 1-800-345-2868. And Jason and Rob, we've talked about things for years and different footballs and other things that we've done, whether it been for San Antonio Spurs or for the Dallas Cowboys. And I remember we did something with the Houston Astros.
Yeah, when they won the World Series.
Yeah. We've raised now over $3 million, believe it or not, just in the last 4 or 5 years. And I got to tell your audience, a good part of that's come from your show, come from your area out there in San Antonio. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's helped us out, because I've worked with Make-A-Wish. I've worked with Boys and Girls Clubs, with the United Way, and a few other charities in my sports career. And you just don't understand the impact of what you can do when you raise monies for a charity. I worked a lot with Dick Vitale on the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we go in to fulfill wishes for these young kids who are really going through some tough times, and it just brings you to your knees. I mean, the sadness that's involved there, but these kids perk you up, and you know that the monies that we raise from programs like this allow them to get special wishes raised. So every one of these charities is just a blessing, and I certainly hope people want to get something that, it's in case of Houston, they haven't been to a Final Four since 1984. And when I look back on Baylor,
I had a while for Baylor.
Hey, I was born in 1948, so I was only 2 years old when the Bears went to their last Final Four.
Not calling you old, Bob, but it's been a while.
It has been a bit. Let me tell you, as a guy who has 5 of the Nike Sports Unlimited basketballs and the Astros World Championship baseballs, top quality stuff. It's the kind of stuff that you walk by and you remember fondly each individual year, and the way that the list of the games, it's professionally done, top notch all the way around. The number is 1-800-345-2868. Take a look at it. Go to Nico.com. That's NIKCO.com. Great organization. They're doing good deeds, doing good work in our neighborhoods. At the same time, Cougars, Bears, get that memory, man. Go put it up on your shelf. Make the call. We appreciate you stopping by.
Jason, you mentioned when we were talking off the air the other day, if you're looking at almost history too, because if Gonzaga wins their next 2 games, it'll be the first time since 1976 we've had an undefeated national champion in college. So that number I'm giving out, the 1-800-345-2868, keep that handy. If Gonzaga goes on to get the deal done, those will become very, very historic, and we'll be doing a Gonzaga basketball if that happens. But if any team has a chance, I think, to beat Gonzaga, it would be the winner of the Baylor-Houston game. Houston plays some great defense. I think Baylor's offense can stay with Gonzaga.
I've got Baylor beating Gonzaga in the championship game in my bracket, but you're right. If Gonzaga goes undefeated, there will be people that want the Gonzaga ball just because of the historic memorabilia aspect of it. Again, NikeSports.com or 1-800-345-2868 is the phone number. Bob, always appreciate it, man. We'll catch up soon.
Okay, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy Easter, and keep on watching those games over the weekend. It's going to be something special.
Bob Ibach, right here on ESPN San Antonio. Again, the number is 1-800-345-2868. NikeSports.com. That's NIKCO. And we've got these balls many times. They're top-notch collectibles. 5,000 run certificate of authenticity. It all comes. It all displays beautifully on the mantle or your sports or man cave, whatever you got. When we come back, we got a lot to talk about in the 6th. Giving away some $50 gift card to a Prime griller. We're going to go grilling with the Blitz. Chris Beard's the new head coach at Texas. Roy Williams exits at North Carolina. Who takes that gig? We'll look to the Houston Astros. Correa doesn't have a contract, but he loves it. And we'll look finally at the Final Four going on right now and all weekend long right here on ESPN San Antonio. Hang around. You're on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPN.com.
At Thomas J. Henry, our sole focus, day in, day out, for every case and every trial, is to help injured clients rebuild their lives after an accident. For more information or to start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com/radio. That's tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Napa know-how. At Napa, you don't need to be a magician to pull 20% savings out of thin air. All you need is a bucket. Yep, you can magically save on 3 or more items with a $2.99 Napa bucket. So use whatever magical catchphrase you want, like Abraca Bucket, or Alaka Savings, or Bippity Boppity Bucket, and save 20% today. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 4/30/21.
Spring forward at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop season favorites from colorful dresses to easy tops from $19.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory. Enjoy 50 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory and gapfactory.com. Shop tees from $6.99 and joggers from $24.99. Plus extra 15% off online. Exclusions apply. Shop the sale through April 6th.
We all like things to be easy and convenient, and New Brakes has done that with brake repair. Jason Minix here for New Brakes, nubrakes.com. They're a mobile brake shop. They will come to your home or office or wherever you are and fix your brakes. If your brakes are bad or going bad, go to nubrakes.com and schedule your repair. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repairs, and they only fix brakes, so you won't get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. Most repairs are done in less than an hour. New Brakes uses premium brake parts, and they back all repairs with 24,000-mile warranty. If your brakes are squeaky or grindy, go to nubrakes.com. Schedule your repair. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio. nubrakes.com. Busy at work or just relaxing at the house, you continue to do what you do while New Brakes fixes your brakes. They're great at what they do. Go read all their 5-star reviews and schedule your repair at nubrakes.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-3777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you, even if you have
my phone updated last night,
overweight or have high blood pressure.
And
Term Providers help.
Get a thing whenever I'm charging.
They can't afford term life insurance.
My phone is going to be scheduled to finish charging at 6:30.
Term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your.
No, this is the first time I've ever had this.
230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call.
Let's think about Samsung. You have all that stuff.
That you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
ESPN San Antonio, all day, every day. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM, KZDC San Antonio.
They are. I'm not sure.
Jason Minix, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is the Blitz. Here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio. 94.5 on the go at ESPN.com. And standing over a friendly grill near you. Thanks for joining us. He's Jason Minix. I'm Rob Thompson. We eagerly await a weekend of grilling. I hasten to say that Easter, it's not the Super Bowl of grilling, because that's July 4th. July 4th, we all understand the Super Bowl of grilling. But Easter is one of the it's a conference championship game. You're going to have your game together. This is one of those. Yes, it's a 4 major. This is one of those. If you are assigned to grill for the many people, the fam, as we had this opportunity to gather together after last year, for those of us that can, you better bring it right. And I do recommend going to Tri-County to make sure the meat is where you start, because that's really the key to all this.
And I think by that analogy, this weekend would be like the Daytona 500, where NASCAR kicks off its biggest event to start the season, because, for a lot of people, this is the beginning of grilling season. And certainly, not a lot of family gatherings over the last year. So this is certainly going to be the weekend that you're going to fire up the Traeger. You mentioned Tri-County Meat Market. They got those St. Louis baby backs at $5.99 a pound. I think that's what's going on my grill this weekend. I'm going to do some ribs, and on the Traeger app, I got an email today. Their recipe that they send out was about doing some burnt ends. Now they're doing brisket burnt ends, but I'm going to try some pork belly burnt ends.
Now wait a minute.
It's going to be on the agenda.
You're getting emails from Traeger?
Well, yeah.
I'm getting emails from Traeger.
Well, you've got
How do I get emails?
You've got to sign up for them.
I thought I had.
Well, I don't know.
My dad tells me when my Traeger's dirty. I'm not afraid to tell me to give him a bath. They haven't told me about any recipes, though. I've got sausage going on the Traeger this week, but this weekend is kind of a traditional mud bug boil for us. So I'll be boiling a bunch of crawfish and putting some of my smoked sausage coming out of my Traeger into the boil at the last minute.
Well, I tell you, we ask all the time, what are you guys grilling? And submit your pictures online at espnsa.com. And a lot of people are certainly doing that. This week was kind of a tough week to pick a winner. A lot of great entries at espnsa.com for that $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market.
And some that have submitted, you don't have to, if you submit, you can win a week or so after. You don't have to win the week you submit. And there are winnable submissions. You know, it doesn't mean you're not good. There are just one or two that ended up being really good that we had to fight through. For the one, when you go to espnsa.com, and I want everybody to go there and take a look at what I'm talking about, because this is probably going to be an eventual winner. It's under the steak. It's what's for dinner. They are the most remarkably crisp sear or grill lines I have ever seen on a steak. I don't think
it's like you got a Sharpie out and painted them.
It doesn't even look real. It looks so good. For the world-class char marks, go to espnsa.com. Steak is what's for dinner was a fine entry and could weigh in on a winner at some point. But the fact is, Shane's spare ribs stole the show. Shane Spares. You know why, Jason? I think the reason we appreciate it so much and what we ask so often is, send us a picture. That's first and foremost. But tell us how you're doing it and what you're doing, because we're all learning from this. And if it looks good, we want to see if we can make it ourselves. And Shane made it a point telling us exactly how and what he did to create his spare ribs.
And again, 5 hours total smoke. You can go at espnsa.com and read the entire recipe, because, that's what I like. That's what I appreciate. How did you get that? I can get grill marks. I got that cast iron searing station from Traeger, so I can get good grill marks. But, I mean, he probably had this thing up to 1,000 degrees or something to get those grill marks. But I'm doing ribs this weekend. I got the challenge there of what I'm doing, although my ribs on the Traeger are starting to come out perfect every time.
Well, that's what Traeger does. I mean, it starts with perfection. You're the one that screws it up. The apple juice he uses as a base. Do you use apple juice?
I'll spritz with some apple juice on mine.
What about vinegar? Apple cider vinegar? No, none of that.
I just go straight apple juice. You could do vinegar. I mean, figure out what you like. But on mine, the ones that I've gotten really good at, season it with the meat church, put them on there a couple hours, wrap them. Have a little brown sugar, some honey, and some butter in there. When you wrap it and put them back in there for a couple more hours, and they come out perfect every time.
You go to the sweet side, like those burnt ends. I see a lot of people. There's a couple of things that I follow on the socials. The Meat Church is primarily the congregation that I follow. And burnt ends is a thing that I didn't grow up doing. But I see with the Traeger that it makes it a whole lot easier to do. And I think I'm about to try it, though I'm not sure I will appreciate it as much as those that grew up with it.
I think it really depends on how you do them. It's some work that goes into it. That's why I'm going to try the pork belly, because I'm not going to use the brisket tip, right? But I order from Kansas City Joe's their burnt ends, and they are just incredible. If I can get somewhat close to that, because there's other people. I had a friend that did some burnt ends, and quite frankly, they weren't very good.
What was wrong with them? Seriously, were they too dry? Were they too sweet?
They were too dry and almost not quite jerky-ish, but not as tender as you want it to be. So, I mean, clearly it wasn't on there long enough. There was, he rushed them probably. But the idea of a good burnt end, man, that is meat candy. And if you've got good ones, you will love it. And again, if you're doing your own, you do how you want.
It's just the sweet part of it that gets me. It's just something that I didn't grow up eating in the South Texas. It needs to be smoky and savory, and at most a little tomatoey on any kind of sauce. The sweetness, it just seems like a lot of work to make meat candy when you have a perfectly good piece of meat to start with.
I mean,
I'm not anti. It's just one of those things. That's a lot of work for meat candy. I want to eat meat. I don't want to have a couple pieces of candy.
Well, I mean, you can eat as much as you want. It's just the way it's so sweet. It's a little bit different. But again, there is a lot of work to it. But you're one that likes to work a grill. I mean, that's what you like to do. It's the art of it is half the battle.
The art is the cook, the style is the Traeger. The winner is a Tri-County gift card winner. $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Shane, you're our winner. Your spare ribs look fantastic. We do it every week. So as you're queuing this week, grab your phone, take a couple of pictures, make it look pretty, and upload it at espnsa.com. And you too could be walking into a Tri-County Meat Market $50 ahead of the game. We look forward to seeing all your pictures. Coming back in this hour, we're looking at the Spurs. We're talking about a brand new coach at Texas. What's going on in North Carolina? Who are they going to hire? And the NFL attempts to change their rules yet again. We'll talk about what's happening coming up. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, and on the go at ESPNSA.com.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. And let's face it, it's a Friday, it's a holiday weekend, families are going to get together. Maybe it's not you that gets arrested, but somebody you know does. If you want to get out of jail fast, stop, Rob. You know, you need to call my good friend.
Everybody getting together, and there's going to be a fight.
Best bail bonds, 210-225-21.
Willie's going to show up halftime.
Or go to the website, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. A lot of reasons for that. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. And there's a lot of conditions there. Your best option, AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans available, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. They have offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Corpus, in the Valley, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, 225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Follow your progress in the ESPN
for Stanford. I thought she played for South Carolina.
Bracket Challenge at ESPNSA.com. You could win a $100 gift card to Pinkertons. The ESPN San Antonio Basketball Mayhem Bracket Challenge is
everybody, family getting together for Easter. Somebody going to show up. Somebody going to jail.
But if you don't have a team snacks behind you, you're not going to win. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have these big, bold flavors that kick your taste buds into high gear. Korean kimchi barbecue, pasilla chili cheese, spicy dill, and more. Eat them right out of the bag or try them in your favorite recipes. You'll love this snack. Visit your local H-E-B and southernbatch.com to see the power of the rind.
Are you tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain, pain associated with arthritis, or even an old injury? Well, listen carefully, because there are new breakthrough treatments now available here. Not talking surgery or steroids.
It was in the hotel room up in North Texas.
Therapies from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics in Hollywood Park and West Coast. Hey, it's James Pledger. These revolutionary treatments not only alleviate your pain, they speed up the healing process. We're talking regenerative cell and platelet-rich plasma therapies. All new solutions that really work. If you've got pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, lower back, you may be able to avoid invasive surgery with these proven non-surgical options with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. Call now. Schedule your free consultation at QC Kinetics. If you've got chronic pain and you want to avoid surgery and steroids, call QC Kinetics in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call now, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 571-0318.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door.
Like Midland.
About trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
The Valero Texas Open returns with health and safety as our top priority as we're able to enjoy this San Antonio tradition together. See you April 1st through the 4th as the best PGA Tour players take on TPC San Antonio. Tune in to watch live on Golf Channel and NBC.
It's the Blitz. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a good Friday afternoon. Don't forget, you got the Saturday morning hangover tomorrow. James Pledger and Jack Thompson helping you out. There will be no Sunday sports grill this week, but we will have all your live play-by-play. You got Rangers coming up on Sunday as well. So
those weekend guys off for Easter.
Yeah. It was really more about the producer than it was about
I understand that. Pledge needs a day off. Saturday's going to be a big night for him.
The Rangers always brought to you by New Brakes and GPS of Texas. I hope you had a long listen last night. We gave you 9 innings in 7 hours. I hope you enjoyed that. So we wait today, and over the last 24 hours, pretty massive change in the coaching world there at the NCAA basketball. You know, it's funny. There is no true Final Four. For those of you who've been downtown and seen our Final Fours or been to anyone, it is a huge coaching convention. It is the time when coaches are hired, deals are done, assistants, you know, they do their guerrilla marketing, show up with 1,000 resumes and try to find a job. Well, they don't get that this year, but we're still getting that typical turnover that we see during the Final Four. Chris Beard jumping to Texas isn't a huge surprise, but it was a bit of the timing happened rather quickly. But with the resignation of Shaka, the ripple effects happened over the period of a week. We saw Mike Boynton at Oklahoma State get a raise. We saw Bill Self get a lifetime contract, which in modern parlance basically means he has a 5-year rolling deal that he will have in place, I guess, for perpetuity. Not a bad gig if you can get it. Roy Williams exiting North Carolina. There are a few jobs anywhere in the world that come available the level of what North Carolina is in the world of college basketball. But I'm curious, Jason, do you still think it holds the same weight? Does North Carolina still, the apex gig along with maybe 4 other basketball gigs in the world North Carolina sits there, or has it lessened?
I don't think, this was an odd year for everybody. So no, I think, trying to figure out why Roy Williams decided now on April 1st to call it a career. And I got to admit, I was driving around listening to Greeny, and Greeny stops down and Adam Schefter is breaking the news. And I kept waiting for him to say it was an April Fool's joke. Adam Schefter breaks every story, doesn't he? It's insane. But, I think you get an old school coach who at 70 years old doesn't want to deal with the transfer portals. Hearing his press conference when he talked about players that wanted to opt out, all that quitting. I just think dealing with today's young athletes is something that he doesn't want to do anymore. But you look at the program, the history of the program, still with the ties to Michael Jordan, that is still the job. That is still, of all the jobs that have come open from Texas to Oklahoma, which are now filled, North Carolina, and you see some of the candidates that have been named so far, and I have no idea who's going to end up at that job. I don't know if they go back to somebody with North Carolina roots to get it. I think Bill Self getting a lifetime contract while under an FBI investigation with no athletic director currently at Kansas is more to do with keeping him at Kansas than going to North Carolina.
Yeah, it's good to have a friend in the school president when there's not an AD there. It's interesting with North Carolina that there really isn't an heir apparent. There's lots of Duke coaches floating around out there, and there's a few North Carolina types that go out there. But Roy Williams has been around for about, 15 years? That's about the span he's been around. So the guys that he coached are either very young or they're Kansas types. I don't know whether North Carolina is desperate to keep it in the family. What have they had? 6 coaches since 1952. And Al McGuire is the father of this coaching tree, and it travels all the way to Roy Williams. Some pretty linear. The next linear move, Jerry Stackhouse at Vanderbilt. He's got big time experience, but he doesn't have a lot of wins to show for it now. You put on that Carolina blue, things get a whole lot easier when it comes to recruiting. So that might be the next, the Jawan Howard effect, though it didn't help Royal Ivy at Texas. It might be a good idea, but I'll tell you, taking over the basketball program at North Carolina is very different than taking over the basketball program at Michigan. It's like stepping into when you take over basketball in North Carolina, you're the football coach. I don't care, Mac Brown, he's turning the program around, but whoever the coach is on the basketball court is the lead dog on that campus. There aren't too many jobs that you can say that at a high-end public school.
True, and again, I mean, you look at what won't be tolerated at North Carolina is a couple of years of rebuilding. You know, you never want to be the guy that replaces a legend. And I look at that job, and I don't know that you're going to get 3 or 4 years to try to turn it around, or 5 years. You know, you're going to have to go in there and be successful quick, or you're going to be out. I mean, out in a hurry. You know, a couple losses to Duke and early out in the tournament. I don't think you're going to see North Carolina types allow that program to have too long of a hiccup here. This year was a hiccup, and Roy is out because of it, as a byproduct of it.
Yeah, well, there have been some stumbles over the last couple of years. It hasn't been North Carolina basketball is still North Carolina basketball, but it certainly does not reign supreme like it has. There's still Final Fours in there, but I think that a little bit of the shine's come off the apple. You know, when Dean Smith retired, he was replaced by his lead assistant, and it didn't go very well. I mean, the guy had been there forever. Guthridge was his name. He'd been there a long time, but it just didn't fit. So there is an heir apparent sitting next to Roy, but I'm not sure that's where they go. And I think if they're smart, they're going to look outside the Carolina family. I don't think Stackhouse is the answer. I have a feeling that it's going to be an up-and-comer. I'm not surprised that Porter Moser went to Oklahoma. I don't think he was North Carolina bound or North Carolina quality for what they're looking for. But I do think that their next coach probably is going to come from a level much like Loyola Marymount.
Well, and again, I mean, it's certainly a possibility. I mean, you go through and you look at certain names. I mean, you know, you've got some assistants that are on there. Billy Donovan is on a list that I saw today that I'm looking at right now. You know, and obviously Stackhouse. Kenny Smith from TNT is on there, so you don't know, are they just throwing spaghetti against the wall? I can't imagine him leaving there. The guy that's at Ohio State right now. You know, I mean, they'll have candidates, and they've got plenty of money. But even like when Dean Smith, you had a guy that replaced the legend that was a placemat holder until you could get to the next guy. You don't want to be the one to replace the legend. And it's going to be hard, I think, for them to go find one of the bigger name types without giving them a long contract. I mean, I really thought Bill Self might jump at that job. It seems to be, you know, go to Kansas, then North Carolina, wrap up your career, and have a good night.
Bill Self's got a pro gig waiting on him.
Well, he does. It's here in San Antonio. But, man, he's got a lifetime contract. I mean, he doesn't have an athletic director. He's got an FBI investigation. They're going to be on pro. But let's go ahead and give you a lifetime contract.
Well, what else they got going for them? They're looking at, I mean, they don't have a head football coach. The last one got in trouble for something he did in the previous one with Les Miles and the sexual harassment issues. Would you take a job as a football coach at Kansas? You'd have to pay me a lot or give me a lifetime contract too, because not a lot going on. That's why Bill Self owns that place. They've got him locked in, but
they've had all kinds of different football coaches go through there, get paid, and you know, you don't hear from them anymore. I mean, that's what happens when you go there. You get a wheelbarrow full of money, and you go into retirement when the job is over.
I would like to see North Carolina look at the likes of Billy Donovan if he's amenable. That look outside the family and bring the program into the next age. Carry that North Carolina name forward. We will continue talking coaches, but when we come back, the NFL continues to try to change the rules on overtime, and it's the rules committee has submitted 13 different possibilities with rule changes, 2 of which have to do with overtime. There is the likelihood, I would say, that they will expand some instant replays, but they haven't voted on it yet, and they continue to try to fix some of the wrongs with what they're doing, and which ones need to pass and which ones need to go by the wayside. The Carolina overtime rule, which would need a full manual to describe to the fans, I believe, or at least to me, probably needs to go by the wayside. We'll also hear from Chris Beard, your brand new head basketball coach at the University of Texas. Let's talk NFL rules next. Hang around with us. You're on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com.
If you need your logo on gear, if you need masks, if you need uniforms, you need sports uniforms, Sammy's Embroidery Club on San Pedro is where you need to go. In fact, for Little League Soccer, baseball, a beer league softball team, you need your uniforms done. You're the coach. You need to get your team, or you're the commissioner. You need to get a whole bunch of teams' uniforms. Sammy's Embroidery Club will get it done for you.
Hey, Steve, you want some salt?
And right now, a lot of people dealing with overseas shipping delays. Don't run into issues when it comes to your sports uniforms.
CDC, you old bastard.
Locally, Sammy's Embroidery Club over there on San Pedro, about a mile next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or you can check the website, stampsembroidery.com. Nobody has better prices. He has all the big name brands. And if you need uniforms, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from: medical, restaurant, service industry, construction. You just need new shirts for your guys working in the office because your office is opening back up. Sam can do that for you. Jackets, caps, get your logo on masks. He does it all. And he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. All items do come with a warranty. And you're going to work with Sam on your project. He's the owner, and he's by his phone right now. 210-824-3900. 824-3900 for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Sundays are for the grill. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 in the morning to 1. Chop it up and grill with former and current Rock the Mic champs Michael Jimenez and Quinn Hudson. The Sunday Sports Grill, 11 to 1 every Sunday.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. It's a needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The COVID pandemic may have forced the cancellation of the 2020 Valero Texas Open, but it hasn't extinguished the spirit and drive for making a difference. The Valero Texas Open is back with health and safety priority one. Adhering to state, local, and PGA Tour COVID guidelines, we'll be able to enjoy this long-standing San Antonio tradition safely. We're stronger together. Join us April 1st through the 4th as the best PGA Tour players in the world take on TPC San Antonio. Limited tickets are available. Buy yours today at ValeroTexasOpen.com.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come in for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
You're a weekend do-it-yourself
who like to tackle big jobs, tree removal, digging, hauling, or cleaning up a job site. For those big jobs, you need big equipment, and at Ewald Kubota, renting equipment is a breeze. Dependable Kubota construction equipment, tractors, zero-turn mowers, or utility vehicles. Get it done right and get it done fast. Right now, all new rental customers get a 10% discount off their first rental. This is the Ewald Kubota way of saying welcome. For a store near you, visit ewaldkubota.com.
That's the Blitz. Thanks for joining us. Jason Minix, Rob Thompson. Post up very quickly to follow the show tonight. Jack Thompson and Brandon Medina. And the lovely dog named Lola. Offer you the basketball coach, as only those two can. It's every Friday at 7 o'clock. I agree, Lola. It is chaos on top of Thompson Hill, but we're coasting into the finish. We got 30 minutes to close this final week of sporting activity. Final four happening now. Downtown. What do we have?
What's the score? South Carolina was on a bit of a run.
They are, and they started this game dominating Stanford. It was like 9-2. And then Stanford rallied back. Of course, as I look up at the TV, they're in a commercial break, and the score isn't on the screen. Now it is Stanford leading South Carolina 41-37, 4.5 to play.
Upset, Bruin. Upset, Bruin. San Antonio girl leading an upset. Stanford over South Carolina.
Well, if you look at the Final Four, I mean, obviously this is a hell of a game and was anticipated to be as Stanford extends their lead now 43-37. The UConn-Arizona game coming up, in the nightcap isn't expected to be much, but are we at the point in our society where we put too much into what is in a social media video? Remember all the snub about Dak not being in the Cowboys video? The NCAA put out a video yesterday highlighting the Final Four teams, except for they only had 3 teams in the video. There was no Arizona clip at all in the video. And of course, that ruffled feathers, no disrespect, and the NCAA deleted the video, yada, yada, yada. But you're going there. Right now in New York, big controversy because the Jets have a billboard campaign to sell tickets, and they put Sam Darnold on the billboard. And I'm like, well, of course they did, because as of today, he is still their quarterback. If they would have put any other player, what would that have done to the idea of no Sam Darnold? I mean, you put a billboard up, unless they put up the new coach, you put up any other player besides Sam Darnold, then you're trading them. But I think sometimes, man, we take things a little too far with the whole disrespect.
Can we go back to the fact that they made a hype video of the Final Four and only included 3 teams? And seriously thought no one would notice? What is going on? What are you idiots doing? What is going on at the NCAA headquarters? It's just one flub of. It's called the Final Four.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point do you go, well, that's acceptable. Get it out. Bear down, Arizona fans. Suck it.
Arizona certainly has a right to complain. Cowboy fans, Dak got left out. All right. I mean, Sam Darnold on a billboard, read into it, whatever it is you want to read into it. But yeah, the NCAA in this women's tournament, and again, that falls on NCAA, nothing to do with San Antonio, but yet it's another black eye. It's another, but again, that's the women's basketball department putting that together.
Bunch of idiots. Does anybody even look at these things before we let them go? Did anybody notice Arizona was not highlighted at all? We didn't expect them. I agree. But here they are, and we certainly are rooting for Keanu Williams, though. Go Stanford. Get yourself into the Final Four. Represent in your hometown. By the way, I was watching The Jump earlier today, and De'Aaron Fox was on. He is married to a young lady that played basketball here, Risa Caldwell, and he highlighted and talked about her father, how he helped him in training to get ready for the NBA season. Some more San Antonio roots basketball, and the Caldwell family is legendary around San Antonio. He's a fine coach. Let's talk about the NFL. the offseason is in play, certainly in the free agency movement and the draft talk and all of that. But the NFL nuts and bolts are still in play, and they're looking at the rules as they always do. The competition committee gathers. They come up with proposals. This year they have 13, of which they are going to put in front of the owners to see if they want to change anything. And certainly preseason has been in play as they've added 17 games. But the idea, Jason, of one of the proposals is to eliminate overtime in preseason games. And most of us go, well, duh, yeah. But there is some advertising time. There is some TV time that it is wrapped around that owners like. And if you don't have that, then you don't get to sell that time.
Is that true? I mean, because I think, overtime, that would either be post-game commercials and or, I mean, you can't sell overtime because you can't guarantee it's going to be there.
But whoever is spending the money likes to know. Maybe we get some free television. They like that. They get that, and they get to fill that free TV with other spots. I think it's no brainer. They shouldn't have overtime in preseason. That's the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard.
Half in preseason.
Absolutely. I mean, whittle this down. As preseason disappears, the better off we'll all be. So I think as the yay or nay this one, I think all in favor, yay, no more overtime in those two preseason games. Fair?
All right. One of the other rule changes expand the prohibition on blocking below the waist by offense and defensive players on scrimmage downs when contact occurs beyond 5 yards on either side of the line of scrimmage and more than 2 yards outside of either offensive tackle.
Hurrah! All in favor? This is easy. Yeah, we're going to play an extra game, but we do care about safety. So we'll expand that.
For 1 year only, a maximum of 9 players could be set up or could be in the setup zone. This mainly relates to kickoffs and would theoretically make it easier to recover onside kicks. You got to do something with onside kicks.
Yes.
I like the idea of what they did in the Alliance League. It's 4th and 12. You pick up the first down, you get to keep the ball. If you don't, turnover there. But onside kicks, except for the Atlanta Falcons and except for the Falcons, who seem to be sucky at the receiving part of it, but good at recovering them. Onside kicks have become a bit of a waste. So do something with that. I don't know about the 9-player setup zone.
I don't know where the setup zone is. I assume there's room for 9 players, but I think that we don't need to address that because I think that the NFL is doing all they can just to eliminate that. So in lieu of the setup zone, and I'm sure that would be important, I would vote for the 4th and 15 on the 35, whatever it is. That I think that if you want the ball, you can have it, but you're going to have to be successful at it. I think the time for that is long overdue.
And again, the one thing that a 4th and 15 doesn't do is what Sean Payton successfully executed at the start of the second half in the Super Bowl, the surprise element of the onside kick. If you're lining up and going for it, the surprise element is gone, and that's been one of the reasons to keep the onside kick.
Roll your offense out, get 15 yards.
Yeah, and again, I mean, depending on where you're at. But at that point, you're only going to see an onside kick when you need an onside kick because you're down.
Well, you can just roll out your offense and go get 15 yards.
Ain't no coach going to do that.
Well, I'm just saying the option is available.
It's available to you whenever you like. It's like the onside kick.
You can trick it. You can save that trick play right out there. Teach your kicker to throw.
I think once you roll your offense out, the defense runs on the field, the surprise element is now gone.
All right, so the overtime, implement a spot and choose overtime rule. Basically, one team would pick where the ball is spotted in overtime, and then the second team would pick whether they want the ball or they want to play defense. This is that Ravens rule that there's a lot of strategery, so much so I don't understand it.
Well, and again, we don't have enough time today, but we'll send you a pamphlet with diagrams, and you'll be able to figure it out. There's a link you can click on. I don't think it's going to get passed. Most aren't there. The 4th and 15 instead of an onside kick is being voted on. So one of the two might get enough votes this year. We will see. The rest of them are just, little stuff that really won't have a major impact on the game as far as I could tell.
I thought that a second forward pass on an offensive play was already illegal. But they did want to add loss of down for a second forward pass from behind the line of scrimmage for a pass thrown after the ball returns from behind the line.
Well, I think it is
a Belichickian moves.
but they're adding in the loss of down element to it.
We're trying something.
Come on, loss of down. Talk about no league.
Well, I mean that's what it is.
Why are they addressing the problem? We're dancing around the problem. We have technology to end a lot of the post whistle fouls and penalties and things like that, and yet they're not addressing that. I think that there should be a technology committee that at every offseason when it comes to rules should come and just show off
the new things that are available that we can do to save some time.
And that's not being addressed. They're trying to eliminate some of the processes to save time, overtime, and the other stuff. If you want to whittle games down and make them cleaner, more technology, not less.
I think they're going to institute the Sky Judge, which isn't a part of the rules. That's a different committee that's looking at that. So you add in the Sky Judge, some of the things that work successfully in the Alliance and XFL. I think some of those ideas, one, they're not just ideas. You've seen them in action, so you can take what you like from them and go with that. I think one of the big rules is number 12 on the list. Keep all teams and candidates on equal ground. Interviews for head coaching and coordinator jobs can't be held until after the conference title games, and you can't make any hirings until after the Super Bowl. This being proposed by the Bills, and that's obviously something that has been discussed a lot lately. But
they went the wrong way. Just let me hire them. It is proven in college sports over and over again. A college coach gets hired by another school. He hangs around and coaches that last game. It happens. It doesn't mean that they're going to take trade secrets or anything like that. You should be able to hire your next head coach as soon as your season is done. Period.
But if he's got another job, he's supposed to be focused on that, and that's fine. I mean, what you're saying is right.
It happens everywhere with the NFL. Are these guys not capable of having any allegiance or love for the team that they're currently on because they took another job? You shouldn't have to wait. Just interview. Every week there's an off week. You got a Tuesday. We found out that Zoom actually works. Go see your guy.
I mean, but look, you're right. I do think they're going the wrong way with it. But the fact that they're going to make it to where you can't hire or interview until after the conference championship game at least does equal things out, because conversations are being had behind the scenes.
Yes.
I mean, people are going to know, but you can't. You eliminate the story of coordinators that are going to the Super Bowl are penalized because they don't have a fair opportunity to interview. Now, you're right. Soon as season's over, and I think regular season, you're not going to, if you get fired mid-season with a head coach, they're not going to plug the OC off of another team. I'm with you there, but, after the regular season, let it go. And then, of course, the one that a lot of people will talk more about it is the jersey number rule, where more options for certain positions. So the rule would allow running backs, linebackers, and defensive backs to wear between numbers 1 and 19. Wide receivers could wear 1 to 19 along with their normal 80 to 89. So you have a lot of guys in odd numbers.
Well, what could receivers wear before?
Didn't Keyshawn Johnson wear 19 for years?
I think he wore
19.
Between 10 and 19 and 80 to 89 were available numbers towards receivers, but they all want single-digit numbers now. That's why they want to open up 1 to 9 in there, not 10 to 19 and 80 to 89. Those used to be the only jersey option numbers for wide receivers.
It's not about position. It's about weight class.
Well, it's the skill guys minus the linebackers, the defensive backs, the wide receivers, and linebackers got put on the list. So clearly the Chiefs, who proposed the rule, must have a linebacker that wants to wear number 2.
I have no problem. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with the punter wearing 74. I do have a problem with the kicker wearing 53. Kickers need to wear one number. Or maybe 9, I'll give you that.
But here's the problem. If you've got a bunch of defensive backs and wide receivers that want single-digit numbers, they're going to get the single-digit numbers ahead of the punter. The punter's going to be stuck in 73 or 50. I mean, there's a reason the kid in Incarnate Word that's a kicker wears number 50. because nobody else wanted it, and that was available to them. And somehow they had
a size small or medium. They had a small 50. But I will say, no one wants to see a defensive lineman wearing a number 3 at 340 pounds. I know you think you look good. You don't. It's not a good look for anybody. That's a lot of real estate going on. One little number.
What was Jadeveon Clowney's number in college? Wasn't it number 7?
I got a picture of
7, right? Yeah.
I think it was 7.
I mean, you see in college, they're able to get away with it. In high schools, they're able to get away with it. Now, I don't know what every high school is set up, but I know a couple of, high school programs where you see a junior or senior, or a junior maybe change his number for a senior year, and now all of a sudden they've got a single-digit number because it's the best locker. If the locker room's done numerically, some of the better numbers, have their own. So they'll switch numbers just to have a good locker in a certain high school program.
Remember, rest in peace, by the way, Lewis Nix, the former Notre Dame defensive lineman that weighed over 330 pounds, wore number 1.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate look. It looked like he was so big. It looked like his jersey had ripped, and he had a yellow shirt underneath, or a green shirt underneath that made a 1. It didn't look like it was a real jersey. There are things that we appreciate seeing. That's one of them. But I do like the idea of changing the numbers for linebackers. Smaller numbers, you look fast. That's how it is. You wear number 1, you better be clocking about a 4.3. You better be under that. If you're wearing number 1. And you can't kick the ball 55 yards.
Yes.
If you're wearing number 1 and you can't punt it 60 yards or kick it 55 to 60 yards, you better run a 4.3.
Remember, Mike Williams wore number 1 as a receiver at USC. And let's not forget Texas great Lima Swede wore number 4.
I like saying Lima Swede.
It's a fun name to say.
So that's a good Texas name. What was the Tech regent? Dusty Bottoms? Dusty Womble. That's a good one. Lima Swede and Dusty Womble. Hanging around with
Dusty Womble.
Hanging around with CDC.
Somebody Google Dusty Womble and tell us how much money this guy is worth.
He's worth $83 million, Jason Minix. He's an investor in Tyler Technologies. He's a bit of a player. Lots of money. Name like
make sure he wasn't related to him in some way.
Womble's a family name. I was hoping I might be a long lost.
You got Womble somewhere in your name?
Mr. Dusty Womble.
I know Womble on my mother's side. Well, it's on my mother's side. It's on the Dye and the Womble side. But yes, we're Wombles from way back.
He gets the Thompson Womble when he drinks too much.
Well, the Wombles, man. Maybe we're long lost family kid. It's only worth $83 million. I don't want much. Hey, when we come back,
I'm in tech. Maybe he'll cut you a check.
See, that's the problem. I think that's going to hurt me. When we come back,
there too.
That's just it. That's the problem. I think it's going to hurt me. When we come back, former basketball coach Chris Beard is available at the University of Texas. We get to hear from him today, but the courtship is really the story here. We're going to hear from CDC talking about CB being the new UT BB coach. Coming up next here on the Blitz, 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, on the go at ESPNSA.com.
It's time for ESPN San Antonio's Big Score. This hour's keyword is North Side. Enter that keyword at ESPNSA.com for your chance to win $1,000. 1250 ESPN San Antonio and 94.5 FM.
Blake Stevens with San Antonio-based GPS. If you have commercial vehicles on the road, you're a target for personal injury. I mean, you're wearing a tie. Protect you if there is an accident with proof of speed, video monitoring, even proof that your driver wasn't on his phone. Don't get hammered. Have real proof that you weren't at fault by installing our GPS camera tracking. GPS of Texas at 210-210-8716 or GPSofTexas.com.
Fine, just tackling the hall closet. I'm flinging myself into spring cleaning.
I'm going to clean up on Chardonnays at low prices at Total Wine. I want to fling into spring with thousands of wine, spirits, and beers. We can save big and mix cocktails. Favorite vodkas. There's so many choices. Chardonnays, rosés, pinots, proseccos.
Total Wine with you. Wondrous selection, helpful guides, always low price. Total Wine and more.
Drink responsibly. B21.
Golfers, tee it up this year at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with the hottest Titleist. Introducing the new Titleist TSI family of drivers. The new TSI drivers are faster in the air, longer off the tee,
Yeah, we're going to watch the spots tomorrow.
Drivers give you maximum performance for any dedicated golfer. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
If you're a bacon lover, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Our authentic dry-cured bacon is now available at grocery stores near you. We make it the old-fashioned way with the finest pork bellies and our legendary spice blend. We don't pump it full of water or chemicals like other brands.
The record set the Rangers play
thick, savory slices of delicious bacon. I hope you'll give it a try. And if it's not the best bacon you've ever eaten, I'll give you your money back. Kielbasa Smoked Meats, slow crafted in Texas since 1949.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan.
What was it?
Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
National Public Health Week is April 5th through April 11th. San Antonio Metro Health offers various health programs and services ready to serve our community. Public Health helps our community and improves our city's health. Visit sanantonio.gov.
One extra minute of weekend.
FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Got chronic joint pain, not having success with steroids, but trying to avoid surgery? Well, thankfully, there's a better way, and it's now available in our area from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics, now here in Hollywood Park in West River Hill. Hey, James Pledger here. I'm talking about new therapies, all-natural regenerative cell treatments that not only but speed up the process of healing and repair. Popular in Europe for years, now they're here. If you've got pain in your knees, shoulder, lower back, hips, or pain from arthritis, or even pain from an old injury, you need to learn more about these potent new regenerative solutions. Call now for a free consultation. QC Kinetics, 210-570-0318. These remarkable new treatments increase 6225 and restore tissue. They actually allow your body to heal itself. Call now. Regenerative medicine is here. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
It is the Blitz. You're on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM. Post up quickly to follow with Jack Thompson and Brendan Medina. You get your takes from them. And don't forget the Saturday morning hangover tomorrow morning, 9 to 11. James Pledger. Get you ready for the day's activities. Your final four games are going to be right here on ESPN San Antonio. We got you covered both Saturday and Monday. You need to hear it. It's right here.
I love it.
On ESPNSA.com. So this is a new drop. Jason, play it again.
I love it. I love it.
So what would make Carlos Correa say something like that? I love it. I love it. What do you think he loves?
The $100 gift card to Pinkerton's Barbecue that he's going to get for winning his bracket challenge.
I love it. Yes.
I
love it.
That is him speaking of Mr. Lindor's $300 billion contract that has expanded the likes of shortstop pay where we never thought it would go. Now, Correa and the Houston Astros, their negotiations, let's just say, haven't been good.
No, they haven't been good at all. And I like that Carlos is very open and honest about, you know what, I love being a Houston Astro. They've made it very clear to me they're not going to pay me.
Well, the relationship is great. There's no hard feelings. Like I said, it's a business. And, they made it very clear to me. They said, we don't believe in long contracts. We don't believe in big contracts. So, when I say free agency, I'm going to look after a big, long contract. And, they made it very clear that they don't believe in that.
Yeah, they don't believe in that, but I'm going to give it all. I want to win another championship with the Houston Astros, but it is. Yeah, I mean, how do you not? But again, Lindor, you saw the deal he got. You heard him say he loves it.
I love it. It's a great contract. Deserves every penny of it. I talked to him for like an hour last night and congratulated him. Said he pushed the market for every shortstop coming after him. So it's always great to see a great player get rewards like that.
Absolutely. He loves it because now he knows where his starting point is.
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. Francisco Lindor signs a $341 million deal.
And the Astros, the Astros actually offering good money, but it's not big and it's not long.
Well, if you that's the wrong drop, Pledge. That would have been perfect with Carlos saying I love it. But you look at 10 years and $341 million, and why the Astros? You look at all the guys that have walked, Springer and everybody. You want to keep a championship contender in Houston, you're going to have to pay. If it's basically $38 million a year and you only want to do 5 years, I'm guessing Carlos would take that. But he's not going to.
That's a lot of money down the middle, man. That's a lot of money for a shortstop.
Yeah, you know what it is. But at his age, he's still going to be good with that in 5 years. That's why he wants 10, because it's all guaranteed money. And I look at all these 10-year contracts. Think about Albert Pujols, who was the first one really to get that massive deal. About 6 years in, he was done. I mean, he stole money for the last 4 years. Do a 5 year with that average salary about the same. Somebody will give him the money. That's the problem. But if you're Houston and, if they're able to keep Altuve together and some of the others, maybe he does a 5 or 6 year deal, but he's going to get paid.
4 weeks probably. Houston's not a small market town. Houston's a big market town.
They are with the cheap owner.
With a cheap owner. What's his name? Click, the Astros GM. Click sits down, and your opening salvo to the best young short in the game is, we don't pay big contracts and we don't pay long contracts. I think it's very interesting the tack that the Astros took. They're a bigger market team. Now, I firmly agree with you. These $10 million deals, has anybody been successful? Has any team who spent this kind of money taken home a trophy? The Dodgers did early last year. They spent a lot of money and they did early. But the long-term ramifications of a Mike Trout kind of deal is you don't win.
I even look at like the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees are becoming the Dallas Cowboys. Expectations are always there and disappointment at the end of the season. They're always expected to win, yet, when was the last time the Yankees won a World Series? I mean, you look at
10-year deals.
You look at the payroll and some long deals. But again, a 10-year deal just seems, ridiculous unless you sign them to that 10-year deal when they're 19. And they're not going to sign a $300+ million deal to a 19-year-old.
Would he have gotten this money had he not been injured every single year he's been in the pros?
Probably not. I don't think the Astros were going to do it regardless of health or not. They're just not going to step into that pool. We're about to head into the sunset. Final Four starts tomorrow. Most likely upset team, do you believe, is Baylor, or can Gonzaga get knocked off?
Gonzaga will win Saturday, so will Baylor. Baylor will win Monday.
We'll talk about it then. This has been the Blitz.
The Post Up with Brendan Medina and Jack Thompson. All your hoop needs.
Jason, are you going to go to the tournament on
7 after the Blitz. From the NBA to college hoops, as well as
we'll go to the game tomorrow.
Influences.
All right. I'll talk to you about it then.
Video games and more.
Right,
the Post Up with Brendan Medina and Jack Thompson. Fridays at 7 after the Blitz. 1250 ESPN San Antonio.